we're switched over.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's adventure. We last left off with the party sealing the Lambent Delirium and returning to Spring Coast to find a battle had actually taken place there as well. It seems that the two wizards that helped Waylon, Father Anon and Tic Tac and Talk defend the town, killed a small army of kobold zombies among other random undead foes, and were in the process of burning them when the party all stepped back through. The party informed Waylon that a necromancer had been behind everything. And wait, what? Why the random wisdom save?
Everyone else was doing it.
You failed.
Oh shit, I crit failed.
Once all the zombified bodies of the kobolds and such were burned, the party all returned to the Keystone Inn to celebrate the victory. After a fairly festive night for some, you all turned in for the night. 2 nights have passed, and Draco has had odd dreams as of late. Standing amongst a dark, secluded forest, you can hear faint whispers echo through the trees. A slight chilling breeze blows through, causing dust to kick up and blind you for a moment. Close your eyes to shield them from the dust and debris. When you open them, you're back in Waylon's tower, in front of a mahogany door, chained shut with an enchanted lock. The whispers now coming from the room. Draco, come. Draco, you deserve this knowledge.
Oh shit.
You shoot up in bed, a damp, cold sweat on your brow. After a few moments, you compose yourself. You can hear Waylon yelling for you. The rest of the party awakens to a quiet morning. Having stopped Audilon for now and sealing the Lambent Delirium from overtaking the Fey Wilds, you all celebrated and slept well. You all find a small note on your bedside.
Okay.
What are you all doing?
I'm gonna read the note.
Everyone else, or am I just going to send the information to Sky?
Reading the note.
Oh no, I'm reading it. I was, just being
do.
polite and letting him finish.
Alright. Everyone opens their note and it says, "Hello," and it's addressed to each person individually. I felt that I should reward you all with something a little more than gold for what you did. Fighting off Audilon and sealing the Delirium was rather heroic of you all. If you wouldn't mind meeting me later on in the field behind the temple, I have a surprise for you. Your friend, Waylon Philbrig. The note ends. After a few moments, the note just kind of evaporates into ash and disappears. But he's asked you all to meet him behind the temple later on today. Anything anyone wants to do before then?
What did he say behind the temple?
Yes.
I already get phone service from you. I don't need TV to. And I take a power nap before I head out there.
Okie
I
doke.
just look at Benny like, what the fuck?
Surf's immediately gonna go behind the temple and just
Okay, so you take your belongings from the Keystone Inn that you have. Vokro tells you he'll meet you later. He doesn't feel very well. He's going to sit today out. And you leave. You exit the Keystone, make your way over to the temple, and you make your way behind the temple, and it seems kind of odd. There's a small field with a singular tree kind of in the middle of it. Some trees further past that. But I mean, there doesn't really seem to be anything else out here. So you just kind of walk over to the tree and you sit down and you begin meditating. We'll see, depending on if Danielle decides to pop in, or I know Anthony and Landon certainly aren't.
Because if Landon was here, we wouldn't be playing this.
That's true. What are you doing, Todd?
Probably waiting in the field.
Okay, so you see Surf show up after a while, and he kind of looks around. He looks a little confused. I don't think he notices you right away. He kind of sits down and starts meditating.
Hey, Dante isn't angry.
All right, so you're all just gonna make your way to the
I'm
field.
the nicest Templar you're ever gonna meet.
Okay,
And
so
I am a
once-
model citizen.
Yeah. um, okay, so once everyone's up and awake and ready,
You're getting there.
those of you who haven't actually made it to the field yet, you make your way there. For Dante and Benny, it's a rather short walk. Basically out the
Yeah,
back
it's like right
door.
there.
Yeah.
It's our backyard.
Waylon's now standing there beside Draco, having a small conversation. Surf still kind of meditating to himself. But once he sees like this is everyone that's coming, he kind of clears his throat and speaks up. I'm glad you all could make it. Seeing as how much you've helped me and the town as a group, I feel as though this will be a fitting gift for you all. And he kind of turns to where Surf is sitting in front of the tree and like pokes him on the forehead. Could you scoot over, please?
I just stand up and like walk over here.
Thank you.
Nope, my tree.
He waves his hand and a spark of blue energy darts to the tree. Creaks and groans begin to emanate from the towering pine as the bark begins to separate and shift, forming an archway. The wood underneath begins to change to paneled wood and eventually juts out to fill the archway. A small eave forms over it and a stone grows up out of the ground, forming a threshold. A door now resides in the side of the stone, or inside of the in the side of the tree. Waylon turns back, a smug grin on his face. I thought you all could use a place to meet and discuss things in private if the need be. Also, staying in the tavern can be expensive, and this place has enough beds to suffice a few to stay here. I know that Lena and others may not decide to, of course, but always welcome.
Fair to me. I just walk up to it.
That's rad.
It's a mimic.
It's a mimic. I've secretly tricked you all. You're all going to die now.
Go back in the temple.
Okay, walking up to the tree and looking up the side of it, there's a small metal chimney jutting out the side near the top, with a small smokestack coming out of it. Waylon turns and opens the door. Small stairway, no more than 5 steps, descends into a small living space. A large oak table with 5 chairs sits in the middle on a large multicolored area rug. There's a small kitchen on the far right, and a alchemist bench along the other side. A small sunken-in sitting area surrounds a small, well, it's not a small fireplace, but it's small to Jehu, let's put it that way.
Just like Harry Potter shit. It's small, you walk in, it's a mansion.
Well, I mean, currently you're seeing a door that's in the side of a tree that has stairs that descends into a rather large living area.
So it's Harry Potter.
So yeah, it's pretty spacious. But anyways, the fireplace isn't huge, but it's small compared to Jehu. 2 rooms sit off to the right and left. The one on the left seems to be storage, and the other seems to have a few bunk beds in it.
I could get
You're a wizard, Waylon. Yes, I know. Alright, let me switch you guys over. We have to get all the tokens
Aw,
that I
sick. We have a
need.
6 secret base.
I got mine.
Yeah, it looks like Mickey Mouse's
You
It
guys
head.
are
even
to-
comes with a pentagon, the most holy of symbols.
Yeah.
Immediately going over to
It's a small kitchen. Stone and wood cabinets. Small metal stove with a few pots and pans for cooking. Not really a whole lot of utensils. It seems like it hasn't seen use in quite a while. At least a couple decades.
I raise my hand. Question, Mr. Wayland, sir?
Yes.
This place, we got to it from stairs leading underground, right?
Sort of. It's slightly below ground level, yes.
Where's that sunlight coming from?
That's not sunlight. That is a fireplace.
I see. Creative use of assets, then. Well played.
Yes.
Ardas.
Before I built the tower and had it enchanted and everything, this is where I would come and stay. This is where Atalan, Beryl, Yulia, and Alivander would all meet to discuss
Oh.
different things.
Is it actually on the ground, or are we in a different
Well, I mean,
plane?
if you turn around and look at the stairs.
Is Alivander okay with you implying that he would meet anywhere?
Oh, God.
Wow.
I suppose not, Vinny.
Wow.
He is an odd one. But looking at the door, your head is slightly above ground level. So you're about a body's length below ground. Like if there was no tree here, you could look 360 and see every direction.
So
Oh.
this is how a gopher feels.
I suppose.
This is like the fucking Gophers. This is like the One Thing's house and freaking Jack Frost the cartoon.
Okay, I think that's my cue to go and pick up my girlfriend. You guys have. Surf is just inspecting the place.
And eating all our food.
Alright, so Waylon goes down to the sunken in sitting area and he just kind of stands there waiting for you guys to look around, get the feel of the place. That is a small alchemist bench. There are some potions that look like they've been sitting for quite a while. There's some dried plants and papers and different alchemical ingredients sitting there.
Just so everyone knows, I am in fact smart enough to not go fiddling around with all this stuff.
Good. I hope so.
The room you're at, Ginge, is a storage room.
I
There's
know.
a couple boxes of they're very oddly shaped fruit. It's like a red circular nut with 5 fleshy pink fruit appendages growing off of it.
You might want to have a doctor look at that.
And then there's a barrel of some kind of ale.
Know what that is? Don't know what that is. Oh,
Hello, user.
Hello.
I am
It's-
not user.
you are a user.
But TeamSpeak said user entered your channel.
Shut
Welcome.
up, Draz.
Welcome to the grid.
No.
It does seem
Yes.
that I'm going to need to put Lena's token on the map.
You will never silence Jazz.
Considering I can't see what the hell is going on, I don't know what's going on.
just
We're
What did I
inside
say?
Mickey Mouse's head now.
We're
Yeah.
inside
Husband
of
has
a
been
dope
playing
new
too much
base.
Kingdom Hearts.
I would say it's more of an odd
It's
Shrek.
Mickey Mouse's cousin.
You're right, it
Okay.
is a little more like an asymmetrical Shrek.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse's
What
cousin.
the fuck did I miss?
Essentially, you all sealed the Lambent Delirium, went to bed, woke up.
We got a
there was
dope
a
ass
note.
base.
Huh?
I said we got a dope ass base.
Oh, there was a note. Waylon asked you to meet him out behind the temple. When he did such, he poked Surf on the head and asked him to move away from the singular tree in the small field there. Cast a spell of some sort. A spark flew from his hand to the tree. The tree began to creak and groan. A door grew into the side of it and opened up to reveal that there is a small living space inside this tree.
So we live in a
Waylon explained that before he built the tower, he had this place to stay at because he used to travel more.
We need a sofa right there.
This whole thing down here, this beige thing, this is all one giant sofa. You want to go buy
Dibs.
one?
I
You can put one.
I have barely any internet, so I can't see what the heck is going. Like a picture or something.
Jesus. What, Wally?
I'm on my phone. I just got out of the concert.
Was it fun?
Yes.
Good. Good alchemical bromance.
Did you punch anyone?
No.
But mosh pits are fun.
No.
I don't
No.
know what people do at concerts.
I mean,
That's because I ain't gonna put you on blast like that. I'll be quiet.
anyways.
So I think I did agitate my throat a little bit from all the singing.
Fun. Alright. But yeah, looking around, there's a couple more ale barrels that one's pretty much empty, the other one's kind of half empty. There's some plants that look like they could use some water. There's some bookcases, 3 to be exact, full of books on varying subjects. All are dusty and look unused. There's 2 bunk beds in the one room. There's some other small odds and ends like a vanity mirror and some other stuff in this room, but I didn't put any tokens or anything in there for it. On top of the fireplace, there's a small crystal globe, and Waylon is standing down on the rug, waiting for you guys.
Well, okay then.
Wait, do I?
Touch ups.
You know how Dante sits in his chair at the beginning of Devil May Cry 3?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I sit on the sofa.
Waylon
fuck's
chuckles. I'm glad you're making yourself at home.
Oh, well, that's the point, right? Sorry, I can't stop doing that. Old habits die hard.
Understandable. I have a few I'd like to break, but to answer your question, Ginge, if it's a spell that you have to have prepared, then probably, but I'm not sure.
You guys cut off for me.
What is it?
Y'all cut off for me because my phone didn't switch from the Wi-Fi of where we were to my LTE, and I couldn't hear anything y'all said.
Oh,
You didn't really
Benny-
miss much. I sat on a sofa.
Yeah, basically Devil May Cry style.
I heard that part. Yeah, I heard that part. Didn't hear what Benny had said to Waylon.
Just old habits die hard.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, once everyone has Waylon.
Draco just walks right up to the fireplace and starts staring into it.
Yeah, but he knows something you don't.
And this is my pet fire elemental.
He wishes.
And this is where we go to Diagon Alley. Anyway.
Surprisingly. Once everyone meets Waylon at the yeah, after the players enter the treehouse, look around for a bit, Waylon will move down to the fireplace. After a while, he'll get their attention and speak. Handing this place over to you all is only part of the reason we are here. He pulls the jar of lambent delirium from his robe and turns toward the fireplace, laying his hand on the crystal globe in the center of the mantle. I need to store this in a location that won't be easily intruded upon by others. Frabjus! After he mutters the silly word, the globe shines slightly and the fire dies out, after which the back of the inside of the fireplace opens to reveal a small doorway inside the alcove. Follow me, please. And Waylon and Draco step into the fireplace and go through the doorway.
Huh. I think they were just kidding about the Diagon Alley stuff, but...
What the heck happened?
Hey. Going in. Boop. Went in. Boop.
And all the light
Yep.
disappeared.
That's me going into a
Boop.
different dimension. Boop.
Okay.
And we all
Yep.
die.
I would be so happy if that was the actual sound that interdimensional travel made.
Like,
Boop.
bloop, bloop. No, it's the TARDIS.
Okay. Passing through the doorway in the fireplace, you enter into a small room. It's not big. There's 6 pillars, 3 on each side. There's a small area off to each side of the pillars. Both sides have a bookcase. One side has a small desk with some old writing utensils on it. There's a red carpet that runs the length of the hallway up to a very larger room with 4 pillars and 2, well, a lantern, or not a lantern, but kind of like a enchanted fire. It's not like a stick with fire on it, but it's just like
A
a
torch.
like not a torch. It's like an enchanted candle. The light is a greenish blue color.
All right then.
You do see inside the larger room, there's one statue holding a large golden mirror, and then there are 8 mirrors similar in appearance around the room. 2 of which are draped. One is draped and chained, and one is shattered.
I ask.
Have this guy go to a wall and tries to kill us.
Huh. That's a lot of mirrors. I wonder if these are the same kind I heard about in that story with the dwarf.
And what story is that?
Just some dwarf who stuck a mirror on his back and beat up a whole bunch of people. It was a weird story.
That sounds entertaining. Well, these mirrors, they're all enchanted in a way. They all do something to the person looking into them.
Oh shit.
And some are positive, some are negative. The one that's broken was most definitely negative. This large one, however, takes you to the realm of mirrors, otherwise known as the Mirror Labyrinth.
I think they had that in the circus.
Pretty sure that's the
Mm,
fun house.
Yes.
Something tells me that it's not going to be the same thing.
No, probably not. We guess you go in, you get lost, you're stuck forever.
Ideally, however, if you're smart enough, you can figure out the trick.
What's the trick?
For safety's sake, I'll just let you figure that out if you go in. I wasn't planning on having you all go in. I'm going to take the lambent delirium and seal it inside, at the ends, the center of the labyrinth. It's a place where I put a lot of things that shouldn't fall into the wrong hands. Such as plain destroying entities of magic. Okay. As I said, if you would, I'd like you all to wait here. If I don't return shortly, tell the others to come get me. Wouldn't really advise you to enter in here by yourselves.
Do you have any thread you could use as a guide to come back?
I doubt you could find it in there.
I'm just saying.
Define shortly.
Within a half hour?
Can do.
Alrighty.
Boy. This'll be fun.
With that, Waylon walks up and he presses his hand against the mirror and then walks into it. The mirror kind of ripples like water and then it solidifies again, reflecting the room. But on the other side, you can see Waylon walking away. And then he eventually disappears.
Oh boy. Something tells me that we're gonna have to go in after him.
No.
So, basically, after he goes in, I just cast Mage Hand and I wait for it to expire, and I just count out to 30 of those to measure a half hour.
Okay, so Benny is currently watching a astral hand floating in the air, counting to himself. What are the rest of you doing?
I am tidying up, I guess.
A lot of books are reading.
Okay, so you're sweeping up the glass from the broken mirror?
I
Yeah.
will high five myself and no, I'm just kidding.
No, go ahead.
No, I was joking. I don't know what's going on.
I want to pull out a book and
There
start
are
reading.
8 mirrors, 2 are draped, 1 is draped and chained, 1 is broken.
Don't touch anything.
Each mirror does something different.
Don't
What
touch
did you just
anything.
crunch into, Ginge?
He's eating Pringles.
Okay, because that was the loudest crunch. I thought he ate an apple or something.
As we're waiting, I will have the Mage Hand go up to Dante and arrange itself with the fingers curled up and the thumb underneath them to form something of a mouth, and I'll have it go,
Hey Dante, it's me, the Hand of Fedor. It is very important that you take out 50 gold and give it to Vinny right now.
Benny, I'll smack you.
How dare you defy the head of your kind?
Yeah, keep it up.
okay, we're having to spend a half hour in here, I'm bored.
Then you can help me clean.
There you go.
I would actually love to. I'm not sure if touching potentially magical shards of glass is a great idea, though.
Okay, you can help me dust.
That I can do.
Okay, so what are you dusting?
The world.
That sounded really, really bad, actually.
Took it bad.
On the desk back in the smaller room, you can find a small cloth to use as like a duster. What are you going to dust?
Draz.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were taking the lead on that. But yeah, there's just like a little cloth. I'm just going to start dusting the area around the mirrors. I'm using my Mage Hand for this so that I'm not directly touching anything.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of dusting the area around the mirrors without actually dusting the mirrors themselves.
Okay, that's fine. Is there another cloth, by the way?
There's probably another smaller cloth.
Good. I'm gonna grab it, give it to Benny, and say, go dust the books.
Yes, ma'am. And I just head back into the southern area and I start dusting those books.
Okay, there's less
Very
books.
carefully.
There are less books in here than there was in the bookcases in the previous room. It seems like any of the important books Waylon had wanted from here, he already took out. The rest of them are just kind of like encyclopedias on alchemical ingredients, different magical items used in certain rituals and ceremonies, spells that he was working on, one to change the color of fur, different things.
Fuck.
What are you doing, Todd?
Stop crunching, Ginge.
He's forgetting to mute himself.
I'd probably just be looking at those mirrors.
All right, which one are you looking at particularly?
Which ones were they?
2, 4, and 6
In
are
Pringles?
draped. 6 is also chained so that the cloth won't just slip off of it. The others are just open to be looked into, and then 9 is broken.
Draco, be careful.
Yeah, I'm gonna be careful. I would just be looking at 5 or something.
Okay.
Without like getting too close.
Okay, looking into the mirror, the reflection shows you, but you're not standing in the room around you. You're standing in a very dark realm. It's almost impossible to really see much.
Am I pulling out the sorcerer's stone from my pocket?
No.
Dang it, you stole my joke.
But far off in the distance in the mirror, you can see a very large Gothic-looking castle that's standing out behind, standing out in the sky. The sky seems to be very stormy, so every once in a while you see a flash of like purplish lightning.
And then we hear da 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 da. I'm done.
Sure, if that's what you want.
And then Draco's dead.
On
You just
the-
hear that from Benny in the background.
Oh, fuck, another vampire.
On the bottom of the mirror, you do see an inscription on a metal plaque that says the Mirror of Bal Malrune. Or the Lost Mirror of Bal Malrune.
Around Vu.
Bal Malrune. I'll type it.
Creepy ass vampire, got it.
For once, I'm grateful for push to talk because this cough sounds like I'm dying.
Maybe you are.
I am not. I am fine.
Denial.
Deception.
Save me. My sister's trying to put zinc in my mouth. I don't want it.
What?
Okay. But,
Fuck.
Because I'm sick. She wants me to, like, take one of those zinc things, like the Colbies.
okay.
And
Gotcha.
she was trying to, like, shove it in my face. I'm like, I don't want it. It tastes gross.
I'm looking at this one. Number 8.
You guys
Okay.
are gonna die.
As you gaze into the mirror, you see yourself reflected in it. However, you look a lot angrier than usual. Like, a lot angrier. Almost furious. Roll a wisdom save.
Almost Dante.
Roll a wisdom save.
Almost Dante. Almost. You're dead. We're gonna have to kill him. I knew it. Yeah.
As you stare at the mirror, you kind of feel the fury fade away, and then you look away and you don't understand exactly why you were upset.
Okay.
As you look away, you do
Okay.
catch at the bottom of the mirror on a plaque that says the Mirror of Fury.
I'm going
Maybe-
to take something. I'm going to tell Dante we probably need to cover this mirror up.
Maybe we should probably read the plaques.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was some at the bottom. So yeah,
I'm close to one. I'm close to one of the broken ones. What does it say? I can't say. I can't really see the map, so you're gonna have to describe which ones are broken.
9.
It's number 9 in the bottom right-hand corner of the room. I'll roll you a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Perception. Perception. Can you find it?
Does anyone have anything to cover up this mirror or no?
Yeah, you rolled a 7.
You see a plaque, but the plaque does seem to be kind of worn. You can't really make out what it says. And you are kind of preoccupied with not cutting yourself on shards of glass.
Okay, I'm gonna go to 7 and read the plaque.
Okay, are you standing directly in front of it?
No.
Okay, roll a perception check.
I'm keeping my reflection out of the mirror. Yada yada yada. Shit.
You don't see anything big enough to cover the mirror.
Well, guys,
Sir?
I do apologize. I had it on GM, but I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, he did. He got a 23. At the bottom of the mirror there, it says the Mirror of Lost Memories.
Oh. Mirror of Lost Memories. Dante, don't do it.
Dante, do it.
Better than the mirror of suppressed memories.
That would suck.
Fuck it, I'll look into it.
Mom and Dad weren't
Okay.
wrestling at all.
Dude!
So, as you step in front of the mirror, and you look, and you look into the mirror,
Did you just like
you
get that?
see a temple.
Yep.
And at first you realize that it's the room you grew up in as a child. The temple you were sent to learn your priesthood. The room you decided that you didn't want to be a priest, but a paladin. However, you're the age you are now. You're already a paladin. And then you realize you're not just looking into the mirror, into the room. You're actually standing in the room.
Uh-oh.
And the rest of you realize that Dante is no longer in the room with you.
Woo!
Crap.
I'm fucked up. Yeah.
Looking around the room you're in, Dante, the room is in shambles. You can hear screams and fighting and demonic voices yelling outside.
Why do I get the feeling this is going to be
You
bad?
smell sulfur and smoke, and you can feel the heat of fire burning somewhere nearby. This hits you almost like a ton of bricks. It's been so long since you've been at this moment in your life. This is when the war hit its climax.
This is where I died. This is a memory where I died. Didn't lose this memory.
You didn't lose it, you just haven't lived it in a long time.
That's not lost memories, it's just old memories. Can I get out?
You do see a reflection on the wall, but in your memory there was no mirror here.
Okay, so
You
I know.
see out
Okay.
into the room where the others are, but when you try to touch the glass to pass back through, it's solid right now.
So I'm guessing he has to actually live through the memory before he can leave.
Yeah.
Well, you're fucked.
Really?
Well, I'm covering up my mirror.
Which mirror?
Well?
8 with my winter blanket.
Well, let's go live my memory.
Okay, so you throw. Let me do this real quick. You throw your blanket over the mirror as best you can, without looking into it.
It's like a level of a video game.
Okay. So I finished sweeping up most of the shards, and I'm looking at the mirrors. And then I'll notice that. Okay, before I notice Dante's like disappeared, I'm gonna look at a few more of the mirrors,
Okay, so we're gonna need another perception check.
which I can't roll right now.
I know, I'm getting it.
Did I tell somebody this is the memory of the lost memories?
You probably got it out before you looked directly into the mirror.
Draco was right next to me.
Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 mirrors that haven't been identified.
Okay.
You rolled a 20. I'll say you can identify the one you were by and the one next to Draco.
All right. Go ahead and identify those then.
Yeah, I was gonna look at the other two.
Okay, roll a perception check. Okay, so mirror 9, the plaque at the bottom says the mirror of betrayal.
Wow.
Hey, look, Shadow.
Oh.
It's the mirror that is shattered.
I wonder why. That would be really bad.
And then the one next to Draco is called the mirror of time between.
So I rolled a
What
1.
now?
The mirror of time between.
Sounds like a Kingdom Hearts thing.
That's the world between. And what the heck is time between?
Why don't you go find out?
I'm pretty sure that's classified as brunch.
Brunch.
As
The mirror of brunch.
On your way over to the mirror, you kind of trip on one of the stones in the floor and you grab the blanket on 4 and yank it off.
Shit.
oh no.
They're right into the bitch.
Yay!
As you look up, you do look into the mirror slightly.
Oh shit.
Careful.
Oh,
Wait,
I
can
didn't-
I see what that one says?
Wait a second. I didn't get to make a wisdom save for mine?
No, it just happens. By the way,
Uh.
in your room that you're in, you can see a doorway that's kind of ajar, and it's leading out into the hallway that leads down the temple side into the garden.
My memory.
Yeah, and that's where you remember your first big battle of the war taking place.
Make another wisdom.
Oh, first. Okay, so this isn't
Hold
where I
on.
died.
As you're looking up, you do manage to get a glimpse of the plaque on the bottom. It says Mirror of Revealing Sight. Looking into the mirror, you see the room behind you reflected, but anyone that is disguised in any way, shape, or form, be it magic or shape-shifting or some kind of ring or item or potion, it reveals them as what they really are. So
Oh no.
you can see anything in the room behind you as what it really looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same. Yeah.
Currently,
I'm not even there.
Other than my
And
clothes,
also not there.
like
uh,
my clothes are changed and that's it.
what?
Other than my clothes like being changed because it's glamored armor.
Yeah.
About it.
I said I had to mute for a second.
Oh, okay. Just so we can.
But I
Ben,
am looking in it.
Yeah.
can we switch to whisper real fast?
Yeah. 1 second. It's kind of
Uh-oh.
what I'm looking at. Currently, you can see that. So you can see the room behind you. So mirror 9, the entrance to this room, the rug, a little bit of mirror 8, and yourself. You can't currently see anyone else. And I will be right back.
Okay.
Man, these books are really dusty.
So up.
Yeah, I can't talk. I'm kind of in a memory. My own brain.
Yeah.
No, you can still talk. Just be like, I hate you, Timas. I will stab you with my whip.
Screw you.
I will rip open your entrails and play jump rope.
It does not sound.
I will decorate my shoes with your giblets.
Jesus. That damn brutal. I'm not guts. Jesus.
I will use your eyeballs as ping pong.
Why do you sound like Batman?
I will rip out your teeth and crush them and use them to make a seashell collage.
Wow. Benny, intense book dusting.
I will rip off your head and stuff it with a Glade Fresh plug-in.
Oh my god. Interesting.
Okay.
Back.
So you finished dusting the books, Benny, and seeing that you did a sufficiently good job, you walk back into the other room. You don't see Dante. You see Surf on his knees in front of a mirror where he's pulled a drape off of one of them, and Lena is currently to the side of one mirror looking at the plaque at the bottom.
Oh, come on! This is the kind of thing you'd accuse me of doing!
What? What's going on?
You're kneeling in front of a mirror on top of a drape. You're looking into the mirror. You see the plaque. It said the mirror of revealing sight. You see Benny. He looks exactly like Benny is now. He's currently, yeah, right there. And you see everything else I told you you've seen.
Is this mirror, like, can I move it? Or is it on the
Can
wall?
you move the mirror? It's not attached to the wall. They're all just, they're on their own stands.
Oh shit.
So,
move it?
anybody know where Dante is?
Nope, he's probably off doing his own thing. I'm gonna start moving the mirror to look around and see if it.
Okay, which way are you turning it?
I'm gonna start turning it this way, but I'm betting I pretty much see that.
Turning it that way, you do see, I mean, you see the mirror, like the mirror of Fury, you see it without the drape on it. And then the sixth mirror, the one that's draped and chained, you can see the mirror, but it's still has the chains and the drape over it.
Then I'm gonna turn it the other way.
Really? Powerful wizard steps out, we're just gonna start messing with all the magic stuff we don't understand? That what's going on here?
Yep.
Okay, before Surf starts turning the mirror to the other direction, Benny, make a perception check.
Okie doke.
I am looking
in
in the
here
mirror when
somewhere, I
I'm turning
promise.
it. I'm not gonna be like behind the mirror turning it and not looking into it.
Okay, you do notice that one mirror is not reflecting the room that you're in. Mirror number 7 is currently reflecting a temple barracks room. And you can kind of see the back of Dante's armor off to one side.
Oh, for Pete's sake, he jumped in a dang mirror, didn't he?
And speaking of which, you exit out your room and find a smaller paladin and 2 clerics huddled outside the door. The smaller one you recognize as Roland. The other 2 are Sherry and Morris.
I don't know these names, but yeah.
You
He does.
From your-
Dante
yeah.
would know them.
I don't.
The smaller boy's a Templar that was in training. You passed your test. He hasn't had his yet, but he is skilled in fighting. He just hasn't taken his exam to become a full Templar yet. The other two are clerics of the Temple of Pelor. They heal and other such.
So this is the first fight. This is the first part of the war.
This is the first fight you were involved in the war.
Yep.
It finally reached your temple.
Okay.
So they're all kind of just looking at you, not sure what to do.
Oh shit! They actually see me.
Your memory.
This is was this where I was at in this part of my mind, my
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah, you walked out in your memory and they were there.
Okay, I'm just making sure this isn't some like you can change your destiny.
You don't know.
Oh shit!
Oh shit.
What are you doing?
Speaking of what?
What's going on? But I'm asking them.
It seems demons have broken in. They're in the garden.
Okay,
What should we do?
back.
Your lead, I'll follow.
Okay, let's go.
We will heal. You just slay them. And they all begin following you down a long corridor, hallway that turns to the left further down.
Demon slaying mode activated.
It turns to the
Click.
left about 40 feet down. There's archways in between every like 10 feet. You can see out into the garden. There's like 2 bone demons and a larger demon with wings that's kind of flying about.
This is my memory. Okay, I know how this plays out. I win. Because if I didn't win, I wouldn't be here.
Okay. So your perception check was 20, right, Lena?
Yes, from what I remember you saying.
Okay, just from that passive checking this mirror and looking kind of in your peripheral, you see Surf turning the mirror that he tripped and pulled the drape off of in your direction.
I am moving.
Okay. Where are
But you wouldn't
moving
know
to?
what it is or what it does.
Still gonna move.
Okay, where are you moving to?
Like away from the mirror because he's using it, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Okay, he's currently turning it in your direct. Okay.
Trying to get out of the way.
The only way to get out of the way would be to hide behind the giant mirror up on the platform.
What the hell, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of put yourself in a predicament.
That's not
Sir,
gonna.
what the hell are
I'm just looking through the mirror.
Get out of the way.
Put that thing down. It's not a toy.
It's fine. I'm gonna
It's
continue turning
I
it.
don't like.
It's
no,
fine.
it's more the fact that I really don't like the idea that he's using the mirror. It's like,
Are
what
we
are you
ignoring the
doing?
fact that Dante's just kind of gone and we're just playing with these things?
Yep.
Am I the
No,
only one who's
we're not
concerned? Why am
ignoring
I the
it.
only one who's concerned?
Probably.
No, we are not. I'm trying to figure out why the heck playing with the mirror in the first place. I don't know what kind of thing that thing is doing.
'Cause
Okay,
it's magic.
are you hiding behind the big mirror or are you going to let him turn it?
Well, I mean, he's not
Yes.
stopping the more he's talking.
You're hiding?
Yes.
Okay, so you run up and you hide behind the giant mirror with the you're kind of tucked up under its arm. It's a large statue with a big mirror. Like the mirror is almost like 12 feet tall.
Okay.
You
So-
turn the mirror the rest of the way around. You don't really see anything other than mirrors and the wall in the room.
I'm gonna put it down and go.
When it passes by Draco, you do get a glimpse of a shade around him, but it fades too quickly before you notice what it is.
I'm gonna keep that noted in my.
What are you doing, Draco?
Also, I put the mirror.
Okay,
Probably
he-
trying to look at what the plaques say on all the mirrors that are around me.
All right, the one that Dante was looking into, you heard him say was the Mirror of Lost Memories. You already looked at the lost, or the The Lost Battle of Balmaroon? Is that what I said?
Mhm.
I don't know.
The Lost Mirror of Balmaroon. I mean, a battle took place there, but... and then the other one that Lena was looking at, you see that it's called the Mirror of Time Between.
Which you still haven't explained.
You didn't look into the mirror.
I wanted to, and then I started trying to use the mirror and thought he was acting.
Okay, well, he put the
I
mirror...
don't know what's going on.
He
with
put
the
the mirror
mirror.
down. You can go back and look into it if you want.
I don't trust it.
Well, you're not gonna know then.
Gonna look at mirror number 2.
Are you gonna just pull the drape off and look into it, or are
No,
you gonna...
I'm definitely looking at the plaque first.
Here's
Okay,
Johnny.
okay, roll a perception check.
This is the best day of my life.
Um,
You were fucked. Hmm.
okay, it's not that hard. You pull up the drape far enough to where you can see the plaque at the bottom, and it says, "The Mirror of Honesty."
Oh shit.
Well, I never lied in my life, so.
Oh, that's a lie.
I'm gonna keep this one covered
Dante,
up.
not me. I've lied plenty of times.
I'm gonna go to the bigger one.
The bigger one they already told. Waylon already told you what it is. It's the Mirror Labyrinth.
Oh, okay.
The only one you guys haven't looked at is the one that's chained up.
I'm going to go over it, and I'm definitely being as careful as possible.
Hey, Surf, can you actually cover the one you undraped, please?
Why?
I use Mage Hand to cover it up.
Okay.
With.
Probably covered for a reason.
Well, there was a drape that Benny or that Surf accidentally pulled off of it. He tripped.
Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, cover it back up.
But yeah, I am actually putting out a sending to Dante. It can travel across planes if that's a factor. It just has a 5% chance of failing if that's the case.
Okay, what are you telling him?
I'm just gonna say, okay, Dante, let me know where you are. You vanished. Don't know if we can get you. Talk to us. Try to find your way out. You
Okay.
can respond.
God bless.
Okay.
You do hear the message.
I'm in an old memory. I think I have to play it out to get back. That's it.
Okay, well, that answers that. I'm just saying this to the rest of the group. Apparently, he's stuck in his old memories and he has to, I don't know, maybe go through them to get out.
Oh, great.
I'm not really inclined for all of us to jump in there given that we don't actually know the exit yet.
Don't
And if it is a
wanna
memory, our
jump
presence
in
might mess with
there.
stuff. You never know.
Well,
don't-
we also might not end up in his memory. We might end up in our own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather not do that.
No,
Okay.
I'm definitely.
Sir, if you lift up the drape just enough to see the plaque, and the plaque reads, "The Mirror of Shattered Minds."
Oh.
Oh no.
I'm immediately pulling my hand away.
Okay.
Nope, nope,
Ugh.
nope.
I take it you found some.
Whatever you do, don't mess with that mirror.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've kind of been trying to take that policy with all of them. For exactly that reason.
The other one's fine.
Anyway, the other one's covered again, right?
Yeah, the mirror revealing sight.
Cause it's not weird at all.
So, did you want to?
Kind of side-eye. Like, why was he using the mirror?
I was just trying to find any secret things in the room, but
You did see runes on the walls that were not apparent to the eye until you've seen them with the mirror. But
Yeah.
looking closer at the walls, you do see them very faintly.
Magic fucking room. What do you expect? I'm having fun. I'm just fighting demons.
What are you doing, Draco?
Probably just looking at the Lost Battle of Balnoven,
Touch
Okay.
it.
but I'm not gonna touch it.
You see, the longer you stare at it, the less the light around you is not affecting your eyes as much, whereas you already have like sensitivity to light. Staring into this mirror that's basically like a realm of darkness, you start being able to focus more on the details. The trees are all gnarled and dark and black. The leaves are a dark, grimy gray color. There's a lot of like bristly thorns and vines growing everywhere. There's a path that leads off to one way and then curls around behind the woods at one point. You guess it probably leads to the castle. You every once in a while see something flying across the sky when the lightning flashes, and that flash of purple lightens the sky for a moment. At one point, you see a light pass by a window in the castle. It disappears. You see it again further down, and then you don't see it again for like a while. It just kind of vanishes. You kind of imagine that this might be a way into a realm that you might not want to enter into.
No shit.
Yeah, I'll probably cover up that mirror then.
With what?
Is there any blankets around?
The only one that I know anyone had was Surf's winter blanket. He
And
threw
it's
it over.
on it's on the Mirror of Fury.
You
so-
don't see any more. The only other material in the room is the carpet on the floor.
Waylon comes back and there's like red carpet just cut out the floor.
The hell did you do to my carpet?
These mirrors are fucked.
You didn't have to look into them.
Anyway,
Fucked.
But with you, you run down the hallway and you make that left and you turn and you start heading down. There's an archway about midway down into the garden. You run out and there's two large statues of Pelor on the sides. One of them is kind of broken in half and laying on the roof of the temple to the left. And the two bone demons are currently hunched over two corpses. One of them you recognize being the priest right under the head priest, and then the other one's a paladin that you served with for a while. You don't really know his name, but it's also been a really long time. And he wasn't someone you were particularly friendly with. So you reach back for your scythe, and you don't feel the pull that you normally feel. You find the hilt. You find the hilt.
Hey.
You find the hilt of a greatsword. You pull it out, and it's a long platinum greatsword with the emblem of Pelor carved into the hilt.
Been some time.
The younger paladin pulls out a shield and a sword. The sword is similar in design to your greatsword, but a long sword
I don't
version.
have the whip. My whip either, do
No,
I?
you don't.
Yeah, I thought so.
You're not wearing the same armor you're currently wearing either. You're wearing like base paladin gear with like the carving of Pelor
Not just a
symbol
memory.
etched
They
into your.
sent me back in time.
But you run up and you make two strikes at the bone devil. It does seem rather effective. The kid and one of the clerics start fighting the other one. The other cleric's focusing on helping you. The battle goes on for a while. It starts kind of going south. One of the clerics gets knocked unconscious. Yours is severely injured, and he's trying to heal you and the kid at the same time, and it's not working. Eventually, the one bone devil that's almost dead, you finally strike down with your greatsword, but in doing so, your greatsword snaps over its left shoulder plate, and your weapon has broken. After that,
Any of this ringing bell?
yeah, you recognizing all of this.
Okay, just making sure this isn't going
But
fucking like.
after seeing your sword break and realizing what's going on, you realize what the next thing is. Roland's about to die. And you can try to stop it. Thinking this, you see the
I'm
Bone
too
Devil's
wise
tail.
to do that.
Thinking this, you see the Bone Devil's tail laying there next to its body, similar in shape to a whip.
Oh,
Not my
God
whip,
bless.
but
We're back to Lena. You were checking out Mirror 3.
this is gonna get
Yes.
fucking weird.
Okay. What are you doing?
Sorry about that. Was that?
What?
What?
I said what was going on. I had to have
Oh.
another side conversation.
You're checking out Mirror 3. What are you doing?
I am glancing into it, I guess. I don't know.
It.
You fill in
Okay.
the time between.
You step up to the mirror, and at first you see yourself, and then you see an older person. Same hair color, but the roots are a little lighter. Face is a little more worn. Wearing slightly different clothes. Same weapons. Same ring on your finger. Same necklace that your dad gave you around your neck. Your symbol that you carry with you. And it kind of hits you. This is you, but older.
Oh, well, shit.
What would you do if you didn't have a
And
reflection? Holy fuck.
I need you to roll a charisma save.
Which I can't do.
Well.
That's what I'm getting ready to do.
Please don't fuck me, DM.
Don't fuck me, go. Oh, God. You rolled a 5?
DM.
Your character sheet.
How old is Lena?
Oh, shit.
Well, you're now 25.
Dun, dun,
Oh,
dun.
great.
Dun dun dun, oh my God.
A flush of memories rush into your head. Adventures with the group, Manny battles against Adelon, things that you've discussed with Waylon and Benny, picnics, family get-togethers. Some of them good, some of them fairly bad. But you now realize that all of this is something that happened to yourself, but when you were younger.
You just lived 5 years.
Wait. What?
Oh,
Holy shit. You just lived 5 years. That's what just happened.
yep.
Oh, crap.
Selena is now 5 years older.
Basically reliving
Great.
5
The
years
mirror
again.
of time
Wouldn't that level her up?
Samantha.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Let that happen, but yeah.
Benny, you do realize that Lena does look a bit older, a bit more voluptuous.
Hey, don't do it. Don't look into it.
Hey, Lena, you okay, babe? You been looking into that for a little bit.
I need to go sit down.
Conveniently, there are two
I think
steps
that
right
sounds
next
like
to you.
a good idea.
Hey, don't do it.
How about we just kind of find something to cover that one up with real quick?
Make Betty look into it, damn it.
That's
I
up to
don't
Benny,
have
but I have a
nothing
feeling he'd
else.
probably make the charisma save.
He probably
I
would.
know. That would make me mad.
Crit fails. Damn.
Oh my god.
How big are these mirrors?
They're a little bigger than human size.
Okay, no. Never mind.
Damn, that's kind of shit. That's worse than what I just did. Lived 5 years of her life, and damn,
I mean, she did live it, sort of.
sort of in a fucking paradox form, but yeah.
So
I still say make Betty
Okay,
look into the
so
mirror.
then I do have some spare clothes that I keep with me. I'm
Mhm.
just going to like take those out of the pack I keep them in and cast Unseen Servant and just kind of have that thing arrange them over the mirror to cover it as best as I can. It's kind of haphazard, but you know, it's what I got.
Look in it. Look in it.
Fucking it.
No, I am absolutely not looking in it. That's why I'm having the Unseen Servant do it.
Darn it.
Good. We focus on trying to help Dante now?
I think Dante has to help himself.
Pretty much.
Okay, so my line of reasoning here is it might be a bit dangerous in there, but it probably isn't super life-threatening if he left it uncovered. It may be best to kind of just let him play out. I'll give him another sending in a few minutes just to, check and make sure he's okay and doesn't need rescuing.
At this time, your mage hand has disappeared.
Okay, so it has been a 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I am going to pop off a sending to. It's like, I know it was one of those guys. Like, I think the one he was closest with was that elf, because she has the Ring of Mind Shielding as well.
Mhm.
So I'm going to give her a sending and say, Waylon went into the mirror dimension to deposit the delirium. It's been 30 minutes. He hasn't come back. Wanted us to contact you guys.
Oh, the right idiot. He knows better than to go in there alone. I'll be right there. Is the tree still
Shit.
open?
I'm sorry, DM, is the what still open?
The tree.
Nah, should be.
Very well.
I'll head up and check for you. Yeah, I just real quick go up there, check, make sure it's open. I keep Lena with me.
Okay. He does look slightly older, but it does seem to be fading off a bit.
Wait, who does?
Lena, she looks slightly older. By the end of this, she'll probably return to her original age, but at the current moment, she looks about 24 and a half. But she did live 5 years worth of memories in
And that's not
like
gonna go night.
a couple minutes.
That's not going away.
Yeah, like that's pretty much why I'm keeping her close. I'm just kind of keeping her handheld, keeping an eye on her, making sure she's all right. Because that'll mess with your head.
Think.
Where the hell did I put?
Hey, if you think of it this way, now you know what happens within 5 years. You kind of just time traveled.
Hey, so
Well,
while we're
kinda-
walking up here, Lena, is there anything you need to talk about there? About what happened?
Not really. Only because the DM really hasn't told me everything else that happened, so
Well, basically, it's up to you, really, what you decide to do. I gave you the gist of it. Adventures with the rest of the group. Some of them were good, some of them were bad. Discussions with Waylon about certain things. Battles against Adelon. Some of it's foggy, some of it's not. You remember conversations with Benny and things you did with him, such.
Oh.
You can decide, whatever.
I'm sorry, you cut out. What now?
It's hard to tell you when you're not here.
Okay,
I'm
basically
sorry.
basically he had to be extremely vague.
Vague.
It's more or less up to you what might have happened during that time. Me personally, I will say that any vision into the future is always just a vision of a possible future. So, it's very malleable.
Paradoxes suck.
True. Well, okay. So, I'll talk about the conversations with Waylon, picnics, talking with Benny, the fights, the good, the bad, the ugly, that stuff.
Ah, okay. So that's what happened then. I was wondering what caused the sudden change.
Eyes are up here, Benny.
I am trying my best.
Okay. What are you doing, Surf?
I am currently sitting against the wall, just waiting.
Okay, you kind of hear faint sounds of combat coming from the mirror that Dante went into, but when you go over, you only see, without looking directly into the mirror, you only see the room that he was in and a door that has been pushed open into a hallway.
I'm not messing with the mirror.
Correct.
Have
That's
faith.
what I said, without looking directly into the mirror.
I'm gonna go back to setting or a setting.
What's Draco doing?
Uh, probably trying to remember anything about magic mirrors and how I might reverse some of the effects.
Roll a history check.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Nope.
You vaguely remember Waylon telling you about the mirrors, but you don't really remember him saying much about what they do or how you can counteract it.
It was boring. You fell asleep.
You basically just drawing a blank. You are getting kind of nervous now because Waylon hasn't returned, and it's not like him to go into the mirror dimension without returning fairly quickly.
So I pulled an actual Dante from the Dante's Inferno animation and ripped the damn demon body part off and used it as a weapon.
Speaking of that, so well, I mean, it was already cut off, but
Okay.
you pick it up and you use it as a whip.
Yeah, to kill the other demon.
Okay, so it.
But I let the memory play out the right way, of course.
Okay, so you wait until it
Yeah.
stabs its claw through Roland,
Yeah, I do.
and he slowly dies as the whip wraps around the neck of the bone demon, and you yank it backwards to snap the head off, and it dies. The flying demon kind of looks down at you, flies down, kicks you into the wall, and you pass out, and then flies away. The cleric runs up and starts trying to tend to your wounds. And you wake up a few seconds later outside the mirror.
Oh. Now I remember how to be human more. Helped me. Reminded me who I was.
Oh, hey, big guy.
At that time, Tolia is here. He casts Greater Restoration on Lena, and it kind of removes the effect a little bit more. She regresses back to like around 21. She explains that the Mirror of Time Between has a charismatic effect to it. The longer you stare into it, the more entranced you are by your older self. If you allow a full amount of time, she doesn't know exactly because she's never had anyone experiment with it, but if you allow it to do the full amount of time that it would take, you would approximately reach 30 years older, and it would permanently set in.
Oh no, no, thank you.
Shit.
So you'd be looking into the mirror as a 20-year-old and basically be 50 when you're done. Other than that, she just kind of gives you the rough idea of the other mirrors, which you all kind of had an idea of. Besides the Mirror of Betrayal, the Mirror of Betrayal basically, like, if two friends look into it, it causes a rivalry to kind of spring up between the two. Why they broke it.
I think I have an idea why they broke it now.
And the
Mhm.
Mirror of Shattered Mind, she tells you that anyone that looks into the mirror and fails at holding themselves together will lose a piece of their conscious mind forever. The only mirror she really doesn't have a lot of information on is the lost mirror of Bal Malrune. She says it's a mirror they found in the Underdark a long time ago in an abandoned temple. They brought it here and left it to be sealed away so that no one can access it. It does appear to be a portal to whatever realm that is.
Bissell, what?
She seems to feel that it's probably
Shadowfell.
the Shadowfell or
Abyssal, the
or the
Abyss.
Abyss,
Yeah.
but it's unlikely to be the Abyss because there's really nothing in the Abyss that much.
Well, I mean, there is.
There is, but that much.
There's a lot in the
It's-
Abyss.
It's pretty barren.
There's like 1,000
That's
fucking
why
layers
it's called
in
the Abyss.
There's 1,000 layers in the Abyss. I was reading on it. There's a lot in the Abyss.
But anyways, she kind of rallies the group together and she pulls your attention away from the mirrors. We're all gonna have to go in after Waylon.
Oh no.
Yep,
Isn't-
saw that coming.
It's not
Oh,
good to
lovely.
enter. It's not good to enter into the mirror labyrinth by yourself.
I think you cut out complete.
Sorry. I said.
What the fuck? It's not like I'm facing fucking editor.
You can hear my sister. I'm sorry.
Beep, beep,
She
beep,
looked
beep,
into the
beep.
mirror of rage.
Road rage.
She failed.
She failed.
I said. I suggested that you kind of help him get back, but he said he didn't need it.
Basically, he didn't trust us to help him go in there.
I wouldn't say that he didn't trust you. There are some things that he would rather not others know are in there.
And yet.
Here we go.
The thing about the mirror labyrinth is it's a very specific trick you have to learn. It is entirely comprised of mirrors. There's no floor, or sky, or walls. It's all just reflections.
Oh,
You can get lost fairly easily in a loop if you're not careful.
So, are we gonna learn what the trick is?
I can explain it to you, but the fact is it may not be easy to point out. You'll have to be very perceptive when you're in there. Essentially, when you're in there, every mirror, no matter which one you are facing, shows your front. There will be one mirror out of all of those hundreds of thousands that will show your back. Those are the ones you have to go through to reach the center of the labyrinth.
Okay, so you just gotta be really perceptive then.
Yeah.
I would
And know what to look for.
I would recommend choosing a partner and sticking with that partner.
I pull Lena to me. Oh, come on, you guys knew that was coming.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Anyway, if you're ready to jump in, I can at least give us a little bit of a benefit on that.
Okay, Draco, Surf. Guess we're in a group.
Okay.
Hey, Talia, I'm guessing you know your way around here and can enhance yourself.
Ah, yes, dearie.
Okay, so
I just
before we
heard
go in,
Lithus.
I am going to cast Enhance Ability as a 6th level spell so that I can get everyone except Talia. You all have advantage on wisdom checks.
Woo
Uh,
woo.
She casts it on herself.
There you go.
As she does so, she turns and touches her hand to the mirror, and it turns into a ripple, as did with Waylon, and she allows you all to enter in first.
So look for the mirror.
Come on, babe.
That shows
It'll
your
be like the
back.
circus.
Mm.
I don't like this
We
idea
like
at
the surface.
all.
They don't come out for another 5 years.
I can live with that.
We'd be dead by then.
I can
Oh.
live with that.
So everyone enters into the mirror. When you enter, the walls of reflected glass surround you. You see one large golden ring that surrounds the one mirror you just came through to enter into it. As you all look around, the walls begin to spin. Eventually, the whole floor and walls, everything begins to shift and move, changing the shape of the entire area. Need everyone to roll a dex check.
Man, we ain't gonna meet David Bowie in here. He be singing "The Babe with the Power," are
Oh
we?
man. Just
Voodoo?
a dex check.
Yep, just a dex check.
Oh man.
Don't
Oh,
have.
boy.
Big 7.
Big 7. I'm not dexterous.
I have to roll one for Lena and one for Talia.
I'm an armored tank. Well, yeah, look at. Oh yeah, of course. Todd, I just got a 10. So 7, 10, 7, 16, 3.
Here's the thing that
How did I roll?
23.
Yay!
Good, you saved my sorry 7 butt.
about people ask
Okay.
And she crits. Yeah, figures.
Okay.
Oh, look at the DM be favoring his NPCs with his random rolls.
You all hold your balance, but the glass separates you from who you originally chose to partner with.
Oh crap!
Eventually, the
So-
walls fold in, closing you off from each other.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
Benny and Dante, you're together.
Oh.
Ah,
Uh,
for Pete's sake.
Oh,
Surf
get over it.
and Surf and Draco are together, and
Mm.
Tolia and Lena are together.
Hey, girl
Okay
talk.
then.
Well, that's ironic.
I should have expected this.
Did it just want to separate everybody?
It's not always like this. Something must have upset the mirror realm. Perhaps someone broke in forcefully.
Speed with the power.
Wait, what?
It is not entirely impossible for someone else to get into the mirror realm through other means. It is a pocket dimension, as is with other realms. It's not off limits to others. It's just the middle of the dimension is hard to reach. I imagine there was someone in here that Waylon did not want in here. And, well, the realm is reacting accordingly.
So it's basically trying to separate us?
It's moving the middle of the... essentially, it's not like a regular labyrinth. There is one mirror we must pass through to go to the next section, like a room. The end goal is to get to the center. It is currently moving the center from place to place so that no one person can find it yet.
It's a tricky dick.
Okay, so Benny and Dante need to roll a perception check.
Woo! At
Yeah,
advantage.
of course we do.
'Cause, you know,
Poor Benny. He thought he was gonna have time with this girl, but he's stuck with Dante.
Okay.
poor Dante.
You're in a smaller alcove of mirrors. It's only about 30 or so. One mirror up in the corner to the left-hand side does show the back of Benny's outfit.
Found it.
Oh, you found my ass? Sweet.
Yep, right there.
Well, don't rush forward to it too fast. I know you want to.
There's just no reaction. It's just straight face. You just killed Sid. Good job.
Poor Sid.
My throat hurts now. Thanks, Draz.
Okay, so you begin making your way into well,
Into Benny's ass.
no, because when you head up to it and you look into it, it shows your face, and the rest of the mirrors show your back.
Oh, okay.
So you both reach up and you touch that glass, and it expands and sinks down over top of you guys. And you're now standing in a circular room with roughly 100 and so mirrors.
Do it again.
Surf and Draco.
Roll with advantage. Perception. So you guys remember. Damn. Todd, you're
That
up.
was so stupid.
Yeah, let me find
You got a -1 in the perception?
How did he roll?
Not everyone rolls positive numbers on every single stat.
Whatever, man.
Surf immediately, he's just standing there, and he immediately sees a mirror directly in front of him that just shows his back.
Hey, look.
This way.
Nice.
You both walk
Hey,
up
look,
to
it's
it.
my butt. It's
You both walk up to it and touch it, and it absorbs you both into the next room. The room you're in now is a hexagonal-sized room. It's about 12 or so mirrors.
Oh, they get 12, we get
Tolia
100.
and Lena has to roll now.
The fuck?
So,
Good thing I got stuck with the person
gets
with
an
a
advantage.
negative.
yeah, she does, doesn't. I actually need to go on and do her character sheet. I have her stats off to the side somewhere. Let's hope Lena is a little more perceptive.
Oh,
yes, she does in fact
She
appear
is-
to be more perceptive.
Why would
Very
why would
perceptive.
that waste it on that?
You rolled double crit 20s.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's what I rolled a double crit on?
What can I say except you're
You're
welcome?
We're dead.
Tolia is looking kind of confused. Like, even for someone who kind of understood the realm, she can't locate the mirror in the sea of mirrors that you guys are currently looking into. But you pick it out right away. It's right there in the corner, and it shows the back of Talia's golden brown hair.
Lena is just driven by determination to get back to her boy toy.
Wow. That's what you think of yourself.
Sure.
You kind of take hold of Tolia's wrist, and you're like, over here. And you both enter into the mirror.
She told us how to do, and she don't even know.
The mirror folds around you, and you enter into a circular room. More mirrors. I need you to roll perception, Ginge. You and Dante, or you and Benny.
Yeah, me and Dante.
Yeah, you and
'cause
Dante.
I'm in there.
Also, Benny and Draz.
Yep.
Yes!
Okay, so 4 rolls.
Both of us.
Got it.
Yes, sir. I'd just like to take this moment to
I
let
crit.
everybody know that enhance ability is a good spell.
To let everybody know, I
Yes,
just
it
crit.
is.
It does. It makes
So-
this a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pick it out rather quickly.
Crit and those
There
perceptions.
there is one mirror on the floor to the lower right that has you can see Benny's tail, and you can see the back of your armor.
Okay.
You can't hide from me, my butt.
I found us.
As you pass through it, this one kind of breaks in half and folds over you separately.
Of course.
Uh-oh.
Benny, you arrive at the same location where Surf and Draco is.
Oh,
Oh, so I guess we're just kind of doing the shuffle now.
You
great.
are in a room by yourself now.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay, I need Surf, Draco, and Benny to all make perception checks.
God, don't you wish Shadow had that perception?
Yes.
You all actually see it this time. There's one mirror off to the side, kind of around the corner a bit. It's a very oddly shaped room. There's a mirror that shows the back of Draco.
Don't worry, I'll help you through this incredible trial. Oh, you already found it.
You all pass through it, and you're in another room. And now it's Lena and Tolia's turn.
Watch, I'm not gonna get that kind of luck again.
You crit again, I'm done.
So she got a
25.
15, and Lena... Well, no, that's all that combined.
Oh, you just rolled. Okay, I see what
Yeah.
you did. Yeah, 13 did.
Lena... I
15
should just
and a
keep Lena's
12.
page open.
I usually pop the thing and turn it into
Probably
its
a good
own
idea.
tab. Yeah, you didn't get that luck that time.
Got a 14.
Yeah, I kind of figured that wasn't gonna. I kind of figured my luck had run out with that double crit.
Okay.
Well,
You look around, you don't really see it just yet. Dante, roll a perception check.
Yeah. Now watch me fucking crit fell. Nah, crit it again.
Okay. This room's kind of zigzag.
2 crits in a row.
It's like a hallway of mirrors. At the far end, on the left side, there's one mirror that you find that does show your back. When you pass through it, you enter into a square, fully square room with mirrors lining every wall. And Waylon is currently sitting in the middle, focusing on it's a slightly glowing crystal, or at least that's what it appears to be at first. The closer you get, you realize that it's a fractal that keeps shifting. And you realize that Waylon is physically using his own magic to change the realm around so that whoever has intruded gets
Can he talk?
pushed around.
Can he
You
talk?
can try to talk to him.
Waylon.
Hmm.
Who's in here?
I'm not sure.
The others are coming. I just got here first.
Good. Do me a favor. And he kind of nods ahead of him. You see a chest, and in the corners there's other things. There's a coffin in the corner chained up. There's 3 books that are chained together and sat in one corner. There's a bag that looks to be full of some kind of jewels or coins or something. There's a jar of teeth. There's an old rotting eyeball in a box.
Okay.
There's a large cross sitting in one corner. It looks very gothic and old. There's a bunch of old arcane things in here.
Yeah,
You're getting the sense that some of these things probably should not be released into the world.
That's a vampire. No shit. Anything. The thing's coffin wrapped in chains.
Well, I mean, he had coffins in his tower too.
Wrapped in chains?
No, but they were sealed. You don't know what was in them. You never asked. But he's pointing ahead of him. There's a small chest, and the lambent is kind of laying on its side inside the chest. What?
Nothing.
I can always tell
Oh.
when someone looked over at what I wrote in chat. Just that sudden stop.
What did
But
you
he-
say? I can't see it.
You know why vampires are such sick creatures? They're always coughing.
Fuck you.
But he nods ahead of himself and he's like, "Could you seal that for me?"
Wait, what am I selling?
There's a chest with the lambent delirium sitting inside, but the chest is currently open.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
All you have to do is shut it, and the magic should take hold.
Go over there, shut it.
Okay, as you shut it, a large flash of white light blinds you for a second, and then you see it intricately swirl through a bunch of rune carvings all over all the metal etchings of the chest, and then you feel air suck into the chest, and it locks in place.
Give me one of those.
Benny, Draco, and Surf need to roll perception checks.
The chest near the coffin?
It's directly ahead of him. The coffin's in that corner.
What can I
Oh.
say except
The fact
Welcome.
that I crit twice in a row is nuts.
Okay, Benny easily finds the mirror in the small intersecting hallway. It's like a plus down the left side, very end. You guys pass through it, and that's the 3rd mirror you guys have passed through, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fourth.
That's the 3rd one for Surf and
Yeah.
Draco. It's the 4th one for Benny because you guys got split off. You all appear in the room with Waylon. And you see Dante hunched over a chest, just in time to see the air like stuck inside the seal of the chest, and it closes completely.
So, Waylon's been the one moving the maze, trying to keep the intruder from getting to the center.
Girls are still missing.
Yep,
You're
I'm
fine.
rolling. I'm rolling.
I'm just
perception
catching them up.
checks. Okay, and then Lena.
Man, you were
It's a
getting
good thing
shit.
that Tolia rolled a 20. She notices that one mirror up above you guys is kind of twisting to the side, and it has the back of Lena's tunic on it. He kind of grabs a hold of Lena's wrist, and she reaches up and touches it, and they both get pulled in.
How did you pull
Uh,
that off?
As that happens, you kind of see them both raise up from the glass floor, and they're in the room with you guys. You're now all reassembled in the center of the mirror labyrinth.
morning, ladies.
Vinny? Waylon, what's going on? I'm not sure. It seems someone broke into the labyrinth. I think it might be Adelan. Oh dear. Do you know where he's at? He's in some section of the labyrinth. I can't exactly locate him at the moment.
Great. So
How did we get here so fast if he hasn't?
Atalon was never in the labyrinth. He doesn't know exactly how it works.
Oh,
He was always one for more forceful measures.
yeah, we know.
So what do we
Do
do
we
if he gets
have
here?
any way to locate him, or
Besides searching all the different rooms, I have no idea really. It would seem... Perhaps I should stop moving the labyrinth. We should all leave.
He eventually find his way in here.
Well, the thing is, once I remove this fractal from the labyrinth, it stops. It seals the center of the labyrinth.
Yeah, just lock him in here. Let's leave.
I don't want to lock him in here.
Oh yeah, not here, but just lock him in the maze.
He won't be locked in the maze. He could still exit the maze, it's just the center of the maze will be locked.
Oh. Sounds like a plan.
yeah? Sadly, I don't really have anything ready that could actually find the guy. So
And if you try
I
to
can't
find
see what
him,
spells I have yet.
he
Tolia,
might track you back.
Tolia, if you don't mind, I'm going to let go. I want you to grab the fractal. And then I'll open a portal with the key so that we can get back to the treehouse. Very well.
Let me.
Tolia kind of goes over and she puts her hands above and below the fractal, whereas his hands are on the sides, and she just starts focusing magic into it, and then he lets go, and she closes her hands over the fractal. He turns, pulls the key from his neck, turns the key, and a door swings open. You see the living space that he showed you guys earlier.
Walk through.
Alright, you all hurry through. He turns and closes it, and then the fractal in Tolia's hands turns into a small glass key. He hands it back to Waylon. As you do that, as you're exiting the door and the door is closing, you see the room where all the relics and stuff were goes very dark, and then just like the chest did, you kind of feel air sucking into the room, and then as the door closes, you feel as if it sealed itself.
like an
And-
airlock.
Yeah, like an airlock. It seems like the middle of the labyrinth kind of ceases to exist while that key is not inside of it.
Hey, Waylon,
Yes, Dante.
what's in the coffin?
Do you really want to know?
Curious.
It's an old vampire.
Thought so.
He's someone that the five of us took down quite some years ago. However, he seemed very nearly impossible to kill, so we found tricking him into his coffin and sealing it permanently was the better solution. Until one of us can figure out how to actually destroy a lich. But anyways,
It's actually Draven's like ancestor. That would be ironic as fuck.
it was a fairly large coffin.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard of those antediluvians. I think they're called.
Yeah, there you go.
You have
We'll
a
just
lich
gloss over
locked
the
in
fact
your-
that that word makes no sense in this world.
I do thank you all for coming in to help. Seems like you had some fun. He kind of glances at Lena, who's still regressing in age a little bit.
Oh, you older?
Yeah, the effect was more pronounced earlier. Yeah.
What did you learn, Guts?
Who?
Dante?
His
Dante?
guts.
Just
Someone's talking about me.
Guts just sitting in the keep. What?
Said my name. Nothing. I just remembered a memory.
Dante, yeah. Well, should you ever need to relive any more, the mirror does help quite a bit.
I think that was the only one I needed.
You say so. Some of these I would recommend avoiding.
Yeah. Like, why did she age?
The mirror of time between. I wasn't always this old.
Well, I mean, pretty much everyone can say that. That's kind of how aging works.
He looks at you. I'm 20.
That's not
Ugh.
quite what I meant, Benny.
Yeah, I know. I'm just busting your chops.
Matt, literally.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you've all surmised I'm way over the age of a human normally would be.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
The mirror allows you to gain 30 years of knowledge. However, the downside is it ages your body
Takes
rapidly.
30 years.
However, you don't suffer the consequences of aging. Like you live 30 years in a day. It's kind of odd.
How many years did she just live?
I would surmise somewhere around 4, probably. If you don't stare into it for the full 30 minutes, it's fine.
Alright, sorry about that. I had to disappear because of a situation. What did I miss?
Just
We
discussing.
did it.
Yeah, we got out of the labyrinth.
We're discussing you.
Why? Oh, right, because of the 4 years
Yeah.
that I seem to have lived. So, what was the thing that I missed about me living 4 years? What?
Uh, essentially, Lena, it's looking into the mirror for about 30 minutes. You gain 30 years of age and knowledge. However, it's like you don't actually physically age, just changes your body to what the mirror reflects. In my case, it made me a lot frailer, but a lot wiser.
Uh-huh. So the years of memories that popped in my head did not happen?
That's kind of a toss-up. It did, but only to the older you in the
Not
mirror.
yet.
But no, I mean, it's not a guarantee. Many things can change. It's just like a lot of the relics. I spent quite a few times staring into that mirror to try and locate certain items and came very close. However, outside forces found them, bought them, took them. You know, it changes things. The future is not set in stone.
Right.
Yeah, when he says relics, every time I hear relics, Dante kind of shows a little. He doesn't like that word much.
Yeah.
Like relics.
You are a relic.
Not wrong.
Point.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Explains why Benny couldn't keep his eyes off of certain things.
I was trying.
Were you?
They were right there.
Huh.
Wow. So we're done then.
At least
Funny
for now.
enough. And she's gonna be like, funny enough, during those memories, yeah, he doesn't change much.
So we're all still alive in 4 years.
That's the
Well,
hope.
like you said, the future's not set in stone. You might stab me yet. Did I at least have an eye patch, Lena? Please tell me
No.
I had a cool eye patch. Dang it!
Oh,
I'm gonna walk.
Could he talk to his god yet?
Eh.
He would know that, right?
What is it?
He would know that, right?
And mirror party.
Pretty sure after 5 years you should be able to communicate with your god.
mm.
And again, Dante, not everyone can talk to them, their god, like you can.
I bring up the mage hand.
He's right. Not everybody can talk to their god this easily.
That's clever.
Dispel magic.
What? Why? Why, Benny? Why?
Oh, come on, you set me up for a callback.
Benny? No.
Yeah, I might stab him.
No, you will not.
The future is yours to take into your own hands.
Well, as I promised, I'll have the store in town bring in some fresh supplies. Help yourself to any of the poly fruit in there. It's an odd fruit that grows in the abyss. It's rather tasty, actually. It has a sweet yet sour flavor.
You hear from the other room. I'm on my way.
I'm on my way. Okay.
Other than that, I'll have new sheets and everything brought in. I'll have Tic Tac Talk come in and clean up. Other than that, you are free to stay here as much as you want.
Well, at least I won't have to work with the folks anymore.
Are there issues there? Yeah, we
Only
can
2
talk about that
beds.
later when there aren't a lot of people.
No,
around.
no, not that. Just more of ready to have my own place.
Sure you don't mind sharing it with some weird red guy?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that one.
I'll take that as a maybe.
You need help.
Yes, I do.
This is really good.
There's a
fruit.
reason I became a cleric.
Baby, hush, please.
Well,
Wow, that worked.
again, I thank you for the assistance. I really didn't expect things to go so south that quickly.
When doesn't it?
Hmm. Well, I'm going to go back to the tower. I'll send out birds to have all those things brought in and cleaned up and whatnot. And I will talk to you all later when I possibly have some more information. Hopefully I can track Arlen down and we can finally end his weird obsession with the occult.
And the dead?
Oh, Surf is going to ask Wade.
Of course. You care to walk up to the tower?
Sure.
Like, if I be like,
Alright.
per se, you know.
Tolia, I will meet you at the tower later.
Not they just be all
There you go.
like, since evil. Would he pick up on anything in this room before, Draco left?
You don't sense anything evil.
Okay. Yet.
You sense Benny.
No, he's not evil. Just nuts.
My alignment actually is lawful evil, though.
Eh,
Do you
For
wanna
now.
switch?
Ah.
Do you want to switch to whisper chat?
No.
Okay. So you get to the tower. He waves his hand. The blue magic opens the doors always, and he walks inside. Books are floating by. Coffee is being prepared. Tea is being prepared. It's all
Draco isn't
floating
with
around.
us, right?
That's up to Todd. I don't know what he did.
I probably would have followed him in there.
So, Draco did follow
Wayland.
Waylon back to the tower.
If you don't mind, Draco, private.
Then I will leave.
private. It's about me. How'd you know that?
Waylon,
Yes.
I wanted to
Yes.
know if you could send a message to someone a long distance, you knowing.
Well, normally you have to be acquainted with the person. I mean, I could certainly attempt it. I can't guarantee that it'll work. I could send a bird, but it would take a while for it to get there.
It'd be kind of hard for a bird to go where I want to go.
Under the sea.
Okay.
Send a crab.
I wanted to send a message to kind of.
Give me one moment. And he stands up and he kind of goes over to his desk where he has his alchemical experiments all set up. And he looks around and he goes, I think I may have a sheet or two of it laying around from when I gave it to Jeff. Aha! He finds it and he picks up 2 pieces of small paper. I'll have to make more. It is rather expensive to create, but these are those papers that I gave to Jehu. It allows you to write a note on it, and you throw the page into the air, and it burns up, and it'll reappear to whoever you wanted it to go to. I only have 2. I hope that's enough.
Definitely.
He hands you 2 pieces of paper roughly the size of note cards.
Okay.
So they're not like full sheets of paper, but tiny little rectangles.
Draz, it's magic paper. It works. Fuck science.
I also wanted to tell you something.
What's that?
While looking into one of the mirrors, I seen Draco. Seems like a shadow is. Might want to watch.
Ah.
It needs Jesus.
That would be the mirror of revealing sight, then.
Hope things pan. Right, my
Oh.
I have an idea of what it might.
I have a hunch, but it isn't my place to try. I'll leave it to you.
What?
Empty my bladder. He goes outside and just pisses on the side of Waylon's
Need to go
town.
empty my bladder.
And
Waylon sits down in his chair and he kind of rubs his beard a little bit, thinking.
I think Dante needs a beard.
if you do need help, feel free to contact me.
Ah, always.
I'll be on my way now.
Very well.
Okay. And I will message you that letter later.
So you leave and he just kind of sits there and ponders about what you said. He'll talk to Draco about it later.
Didn't notice we had a lawful evil and a lawful good character.
How did you not know this? We've
I
discussed
I
it.
forgot.
What are the rest of you doing?
I am making housewarming omelets.
Okay, roll a performance.
Which you already know he's probably gonna smash because Jesus Christ.
Yes. He
Those
made
are good omelets.
He made very delicious omelets with onion and peppers.
Cool, me and mine by the fire.
Seasoned. There's a little cheese on top.
Oh, that's the best.
He even managed to take one of those fruits, chop it up into tiny little pieces, and just kind of sprinkle it on top as a garnish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. You don't want to go overboard with that kind of thing.
5 stars, bitches. You must be paying for this.
I will note at the moment there is only 4 bunk beds, but there's room for other beds in that room if you want.
For Lena's, I put it in one of those covered platters and just present it to her with a little flourish.
Okay, so you take a plate and you put a bowl over her omelet and you pretend it's a silver platter.
Yes.
Wow.
That is exactly what I do.
Because, like, literally there's probably like 6 plates and a couple bowls.
At
And
least he's trying.
a few glasses.
At least he's trying.
I work with the tools I have.
She just starts cracking up. Really, Benny?
Draco's not here. Tolia looks at a couple books and then picks a couple up that she's gonna look through, and she goes back to the Keystone. So it's just the 4 of you in the treehouse.
It's the 4 of us.
Just the 4 of us.
That song just went bad. Never mind.
I wonder why Surf was messing with that mirror.
I have no idea.
It's
Still
magic.
weirds me out.
He likes
Yeah,
magic.
I know it's magic. That's why it's worrying. He didn't know what it did, and he's just kind of waving it around. You don't do that with magic.
What if he did know what it did and he just was just using it? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, if he knew, he could have at least told us. Just good form.
I wasn't around, so yeah.
How about you go look at it and tell us?
I'm looking at one of his mirrors again.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah, I won't either.
I do love how
into my
there's just a
memories.
giant wall of couch here. It's great.
Best. Fixing the fire.
Yeah, like when you're able to actually see this map, you'll understand there is a wall of couch.
Okay.
This is the best hideout ever.
Yeah, Benny's just
In
sitting
any
on it
case.
with Lena eating delicious, delicious omelets. In faux fancy plating.
You guys do remember that when he went into the room, he laid his hand on top of the orb and he just said "fraptious."
Yes.
Yeah. I'm
That's
still not.
definitely a word.
If you do wanna go into the mirror room, you can. You just
No.
can't go into the labyrinth. And if you did manage to go in the labyrinth, you'd probably be stuck.
Forever.
Well,
I'm
until
good.
someone realized it.
We're not that stupid.
I don't know. Have you seen how you guys behaved in the first mirror room?
I was curious. Fine.
Yeah, well, you know what they said about curiosity and cats.
But satisfaction brought it back.
There you go.
Eh.
Considering that's still a phrase, that's really old. Gotta remember when I died. It's been forever.
Again, you are a relic.
Everything's older than you think it is. Every story's been told. It's just a matter of how you say it.
Yeah, except mine.
I'm pretty sure I've seen a lot of teenagers' comic books that tell your story.
You know, as a thinking, I don't really think so. Would there even be
Okay.
comic books in that world?
Oh, it was.
Okay. Legit. Comics have existed, like, they're older than friggin' dirt. There's, like, pillars on it that do, in fact, have sequential art laid out on them.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So, yes, they did.
They exist.
What I mean is my rank is gone. That's why I had to end up here. Instead of fighting in a war, I'm here.
Why would you want to fight? I mean, never mind. Is that a guy thing?
I mean, it's not a me thing.
That's a holy night thing. But
Well, I know it's not a Benny thing.
It's true. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Lena just kind of looks over and raises an eyebrow.
You knew it was coming.
I did, but still.
so, do I have to make an inside check to know these guys are a thing?
Yeah. But I mean, kind of get that feeling.
Benny's not exactly hiding it. You know that.
Yeah,
Well,
no, he's
first
really
one-
not.
First one forgot the advantage was off.
I mean, it's still a 20, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, Benny's not hiding it. Lena's not as exuberant, but she's not really hiding it either.
Good for you two. Good for you two.
More like good for me. I'm the lucky one in this arrangement.
Yeah, you're kind of broken, but it's all right.
Okay.
What's that supposed to mean?
He's not wrong.
Broken. It's all right though. That's what religion's for, to fix you.
Let me know how that turns out for you.
I wouldn't say fix, I'd say more guide.
Who we guiding? You doing?
Just talking.
Slight
Having a-
glue doesn't make it like new, but it makes it work.
Having a conversation which we haven't had. All
Seriously,
we've
we
been
have
doing
this
is-
gigantic couch. It is specifically for conversations.
Sense.
I
And
was not expecting it to get this crowded this fast, though.
And the characters that
bloop.
don't do anything are just there. They're
Alright,
idle.
Hey guys, how was the staring contest? Which one of you had the angriest glare?
Waylon said there was beds. Tired.
Yeah, they're in there.
We're gonna need to get more beds in here and probably some other rooms.
Zest kind of walks up to the edge of the sunken-in sitting area. This is a little sudden for me. I'm going to be leaving for a little while. I have some business I have to attend to. It may take me some time to return, but I do wish to return, if that's alright with all of you.
Yeah, that's fine. Believe me, when it
No
comes to
qualms.
stuff like this, I glance over toward Jehu. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Earth kiss of slight. Oh,
It hasn't exactly been the easiest sleeping at the inn. But I will return once everything's taken care of.
Good to know. See you later, buddy. Stay safe out there, okay?
Will do. You all as well.
Doing my dang best.
And he gets kidnapped and dies.
He gets enlarged.
Yep, and then he
Yep.
becomes 15 feet tall.
Zest kind of nods at you all individually and kind of does a slight bow and then leaves. He doesn't really acknowledge Jehu at all.
You
Good
barely
gracious.
even talked to him though, right?
Huh?
No, those two got into it badly.
The first time they met, they did not.
I was
hit it
talking about
off.
us, not them two. We
Oh, I
barely
mean,
even.
you've
like,
talked to him, just not a lot.
I never talked to him. I never once talked to
It
him.
doesn't matter. Draco's just sitting cross-legged in front of the fire. And
Yeah, we need to figure out the
Jehu's
sleeping arrangements.
Jehu's literally sitting on the edge of the table.
I can sleep anywhere.
I wonder if there's a way to annex more rooms onto here. It'd be neat.
Do we ask the wizard?
There's, what, 4 bunk beds, and there's how many of us?
More than 4.
I mean, it's not the number of beds that's the issue. It's more just, proximity.
Wow.
Look, I'm just
Again.
saying, people like their privacy.
Again, raised eyebrow.
Let me put it another way. How much do you guys like the idea of seeing my butt constantly?
We need new rooms in here.
We need new rooms.
By
in
the
here.
way, that is something that you do see on a regular basis, Dante, because you guys share barracks.
Light shiver goes down his spine.
Speaking of which, if he sleeps here, the barracks are empty other than you.
Damn right they are.
Because the 2 guards that are in town, they didn't become paladins, they became townsguard.
Losers.
They're staying at the Krusty Cabin.
Too much for
Well
you.
then.
I was too much for them. Yeah. I was too much for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to definitely be able to figure out rooms.
Well,
Draco would know that talking to Waylon, he may be able to add rooms onto this.
Ah, sweet. Make it look like an even weirder Shrek.
Rick's third cousin
The ball with amorphous growths.
turns into a freaking.
And Benny can have his own room.
I mean, to be honest, the storage room could be changed into its own room.
That's only 2 rooms.
Yeah, but I mean, it can be its own room for now.
All things considered, considering that I'm the only female in this group, yeah, I kind of need my own room.
yeah, that's probably the ideal.
Yeah, let's just say that Benny will discuss said arrangements with Waylon to get all that nonsense added on. Because, I
Well
know
then.
Lena needs her own room. I don't know how most of the rest of the guys feel about bunking with each other, but they probably want Benny to have his own room.
Surf will probably like his
Why?
own
I'll
room.
be-
Because he's
And
gonna
I'll be.
strut the
And
entire
I
time.
won't be sleeping down here. I'll be sleeping in the barracks.
Or just because they don't want to be in such close proximity to him all the time. They'd probably rather he have a space to himself just so that he doesn't have to be near them.
Surf rather sleep in the woods.
Trust me, you want that.
Is
but-
Benny that much of an issue?
I haven't talked to Danielle about where Jehu's actually been staying. I've just assumed that he's been sleeping out in his campsite, so...
Probably.
Seems that type.
Draco stays at Wayland's. So essentially, only Benny and Lena would be the ones pretty much staying here. Zest would
Oh
be the other
God,
one.
no.
Zest would be the other one, but considering
Oh,
Hey,
Rao,
Anthony's
yes.
position right
Hey,
now,
guess what? You guys living together now.
The gods do answer prayers.
in the back of Benny's head, he
realize
just kind of hears Rao.
In the back
Oh.
of his mind. I'm
First
sorry, go ahead.
time. The first time you talk to your god. You're welcome.
Like seriously,
Wow.
I just hear the song. What can I say except
You're welcome.
She still has 2 pets.
And one hates the hell out of you.
But yeah, Waylon would come in and have a bed brought into the other room with fresh linens and everything. You have the linens replaced on the other bunk beds. Everything's cleaned by Tic Tac and Talk. Food's replaced. The stove is fixed because it wasn't exactly perfectly working. Benny just found the sweet spot on the burner.
I'm gonna get this straight. There's like, who's all staying down here?
Surf
Zest
would
left
if he
for
could
now.
get a room, but it'll probably be a little while, so woods it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in the barracks until there's more room.
Vokril sleeps in his Vokril place.
Vokril is currently suffering from a stomach bug.
Oh dear.
He's a monk. Doesn't he have like highest?
He does, but Landon's not here to say otherwise.
Oh no, what he
He ate
he
a bad squirrel.
He ate something that he caught in the woods with Surf.
That squirrel.
Just wasn't good.
I told you not to eat that. Shut up, Surf.
Here's here, Vokril. Shut up, Surf. I'll come
Brief.
in there.
Okay.
Free food's not
So-
always the best.
Like, Lena already has a list of things that have to get fixed. So we've dusted, cleaned up. New bed is put in. New linens, stoves
Oh, no.
cleaned.
Tic Tac and Talk, they were hired to come in. They cleaned this place to the T. Like, everything is
Yeah.
spotless.
No, like she's going over the list. Okay, so the only thing left is to add the extra rooms.
I am currently standing there in like an apron and with a little feather duster. I discard that and put on a carpenter's hat and work gloves.
Wait, is this thing actually a giant couch?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Why am I saying I'm sleeping out in the woods? Fuck that, I'll sleep on a couch.
It's a
Not
giant
black.
couch. Okay, the dark brown area is the floor from the steps in. That's all on the same level. The gray squares are stairs that lead down into that sunken in stone area, and there's a couch that goes all around the wall.
It is a wall of couch.
Yeah, I'll just stay on the couch.
Yeah, so Benny, not so much prayers are answered.
Denied.
Ah, come on. I'm not
Brutality.
trying to rush into anything. Just, it's nice to have a little more privacy. Don't get me wrong, I like the guys at the temple, but sometimes I need Benny time.
I like the guys at the temple, and he just kind of looks at Dante and he's like, Father Anon's okay too.
Yeah.
He's too
Okay,
much, man.
so
Dante is
Sydney's
too
brain
much.
Went, what in the heck does Benny time mean? And Lena's like, I don't want to know.
We can find out.
Okay, you are probably thinking of something, and it's not that.
As we get
Uh-huh.
away. Benny dies is when he prays. Walk
Okay,
off.
I'm just saying, you're the only one who interprets everything I'm saying as something dirty.
No,
You know,
I
maybe
don't.
that says more about you than me.
Oh,
No, I
snap.
really don't.
Fine. So, I just kind of hold up a hammer. does the room just kind of get added magically, or I don't know how this works.
But put the hammer down. We will figure it out.
Room, make a room. Holy shit.
And
Make
we
a
should
room
probably
and
leave that to
makes a
Waylon.
room.
Well, I mean, to add more rooms, I have to actually edit the map.
DM, edit the room.
We'll worry about rooms
Wait,
later.
hang on.
Oh god.
Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're just gonna hit that button. You're gonna hit these buttons, and yeah, we're gonna we just do this and we
What
push this
are you
button.
doing?
We're just kind of like Okay, so there we go. There we go. So it's kind of like that.
Guys,
and
what the
we're
hell
just
are you
gonna,
doing?
Yeah, we're gonna just kind of do a this one right here. I'm gonna hit this, and you're gonna click on this, and then we're gonna hit 1, 2.
He's just going to town right now.
All right.
What the fuck?
Yeah, there we
happening?
go.
I
There's
can't
just like
see.
there we go. I added a hallway too.
Makeshift room. There you go. Before till I can actually edit the map, we'll say Waylon came in and did create a room for Benny.
Nice and pink.
That's what he wants.
Pink.
There we go.
Why does that look like a balloon?
It looks more. Actually, now that I look at it, it looks more like a whoopee cushion.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I went to Twitch. That was the only way I could see it.
But yeah, this is your guys' new little base of operations when you need to sit down and have conversations about things.
Hooray!
Somebody.
That's what Waylon said, because he knew some of you guys were staying at the inn, or you didn't particularly care for where you were staying at, so.
Have
Well,
some damn self-respect. Sleep somewhere nice, damn it.
now the fun part of trying to make sure everybody is accommodated.
Logistics.
Towards the end of the evening, once you're all kind of settling in and going on about the rest of your nights, Benny is walking through town with Lena,
Bake dinner.
and you guys can decide whatever it is you're doing. Benny does see a cart parked near the Krusty Cabin Inn with a very familiar design on the back of the drapery.
Oh, crap. Hang on, Lena. Turn around this corner here.
Wait, what? What's going on?
Yeah, we're gonna hide out here for a little bit. Don't let him see you.
Okay.
Look, and I'm going to use message to say this. I think some of my old friends might have come into town.
Oh, great. But wait, why would they come here?
I hope it's not for the reasons I think.
And those reasons would be what?
To find me.
Don't they think dead?
I mean, he kind of was dead.
Yeah,
Shut
I
up,
mean,
Jen.
You're not here.
I know, sorry.
Hey, look, I'm gonna try and see if I can see kind of what's going on over there. Just try to keep your head down, okay? I don't want you getting involved in this.
Look, it's best if I do it because I'm a resident here. You, on the other hand, should be the one laying low.
Yeah, but I'm worried if they see you, they'll. I don't want you to be a target.
A target for what?
For anything they feel like doing.
I'm a big girl, I can handle myself.
Yeah, I know. Just. I can turn myself invisible for a little bit. I'm just gonna go there and check it out and be right back. Okay?
Fine. If it'll make you feel more comfortable.
I'm going to lightly strum my shamisen. Thanks, babe. I'll be back before you know it. And I will cast invisibility on myself. And I will stealth over in an attempt to just kind of look at what's going on and maybe listen in a
Drop
bit.
in one damn remote.
Okay. You creep down the other side of the road, staying kind of far away from it. You don't see anyone in the carriage itself. There's two dark colored horses with mahogany colored, like, they're mostly black, and then their like manes and their tails and the hair around their feet are mahogany colored. Getting near the Krusty Cabin, if you go near it inside, you do see a couple people that are familiar to you.
Old friends?
You wouldn't call them friends. They were people that were part of your little group. One you recognize as a human with short blonde hair, very scrawny. You remember his name being Caspian. And then there's a fairly tall, broody looking tiefling that everyone referred to as Bo, but his name was something else that Julius had once told you, but you've forgotten.
And he said he was a big brawny tiefling?
Yeah, he's a fairly buff tiefling. He's not like, huge, but for a tiefling, he's pretty packed.
Okay, and while I'm invisible out there, I'm just going to be taking a listen to see if I can hear what they're discussing.
Right now, they're currently just kind of going over what there is to eat in the Krusty Cabin. The orc that runs the place, the half orc, he's just kind of like, giving them the gist of it. Got slop, gruel. I mean, I don't really have a chef. It's just whatever I give you.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Just
Um,
gonna stay there a couple minutes to see if anything comes up.
Caspian's being how you pretty much remember him, rude, annoying. Bo is being quiet, and he's kind of hating the fact that he's here with Caspian. You didn't really see them work together that often, so it's kind of odd that they're both here together. There's a couple other people with them. One of them has their hood up. You can't really see who it is. The other two are short, like halfling short. You kind of recognize them, but you never really conversed with them much before. Other than that, they're all just kind of gossiping about why they're down here. None of them really seem to have an idea of it yet.
Okay. After spending a few minutes down there, I'm just going to stay true to my word, walk back away from there and head back to Lena.
He's waiting around the corner at the other house.
Yep, and I'm just going to use message to say to her, okay, they actually brought a surprisingly large entourage, looks like. There's like 5 of them, and they don't actually seem to know why they're here, which is worrying, because that means they haven't been told, which means it's probably a pretty big plan.
Great. Now what?
I think we're probably gonna have to keep an eye on them and get more information, but not really a good idea to go into all of this alone if they're planning something we really don't want to get separated.
Okay, so get the others involved, but how are we gonna know what the heck is going on if even they don't know?
We're gonna have to find the guy who sent them here, and if my bard instincts are correct, I probably know who it is.
If that's the case, then it's possible they know you're back, but how?
I realize this is gonna sound weird, but there are sources. Sometimes people just get information and you don't really know how.
Great. So that means that they're gonna. Lovely. That's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, a little bit of one. For now, we should probably, head back to our little hideout. I don't really want to go anywhere else because that place is the best defended.
If you say
Yeah.
so.
Just in case.
And you're worried. That scares me.
You haven't seen the stuff I have.
Apparently not.
And I'm just going to say, okay, so let's just go ahead and head back. Follow me. I then realize I am still invisible. I'll follow you.
You cut off, Draz.
I said follow me and then realized I was still invisible and said I would follow you.
Okay, I'm gonna start heading
And
back to the
I'm
hideout.
just eating steak.
Delicious steak.
Surf
Yep.
is outside.
Making sure that I'm seen by these folks, by the way.
Surf is outside washing clothes.
They're all currently inside the Krusty cabin.
Still want to make sure. Not being suspicious or anything, but just like walking.
I know they don't come out.
Good.
Till they try the
Speaking of-
food.
Well, it was more of speaking of entourage. I need Barry and Winter to be with me at the thing.
There we go.
I know it's about become an unspoken rule that they're just with me all the time, but at the same time, it's just like need to make sure they're there because Winter does not like her. I mean, Winter does not like Barry. Winter does not like Benny. And their
At
interactions are
some point in the night, well, not in the night, but at some point before nightfall, Draco does get up and go back to Wayland's tower. Before he goes to bed, you do look around Wayland's tower and find the mahogany door.
I do have knock. Can I use that on it?
You attempt to cast a spell on the lock, and the spell seems to fizzle out. So, without knowing of a way to unlock the lock other than knock right now, you just kind of accept that it was just a dream. And you head off to do studies or whatever it is you like to do during the night before you go to bed.
Okay.
Oh, it's night now.
It's heading into night.
Guess I'll walk back to the.
Surf would have told you,
Hey.
Dante, if you had any like really nasty gear that you needed to clean, just tell them and clean it.
Who are those guys? Dante gets mugged. Feel bad for the muggers.
But with that, that's pretty much the gist of this session.
Cool.
Yeah, Benny's gonna spend a lot of that evening just kind of pacing back and forth with a finger to his forehead.
What's wrong with him?
Wayland
Tail
would
kinda
let you
twitching.
guys know that when you're inside, if you want to hide the door outside and make it appear as if it's just a normal tree, there is a knocker on the door, and you can knock it twice, and it makes the door outside disappear.
Oh, that's super cool.
I would say since I would be the last person in, I'd do it. Saying that I'm outside house mating things.
Water bending clothes.
Yep.
Like a badass. Doing laundry.
I actually have a spell that's a water sphere. Sphere.
Here.
Yep.
Nope, it's a spear. Water spear.
Impels the clothes, tears them to shreds.
Good
Clean 'em.
lord.
They're clean.
Benny?
Huh?
You're pacing. You're going to run a hole into the floor.
Oh, sorry. Just, stuff.
It's really gonna bother you, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of a little bit.
Okay. How exactly do you plan on trying to confront this if this is about you?
I don't know. That's what's bugging me. I just friggin' don't know. I'm used to just talking my way out of messes. I don't think I can do that here. And I don't think we can really fight them off either, because that'd make a big ruckus and that'd probably just attract more attention, which we don't need.
We've already kind of attracted attention for the fact that you are still alive.
Yeah. That probably came as a bit of a surprise to some of the guys.
Have you talked to your god about it?
That's it's probably a good idea.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I've been slipping, but I think that it would probably be a good idea.
Yeah. So I just kind of look upwards. Rao, please help. Please. I don't know how to do this.
let's-
No judge from me. Like I said, I've been slipping.
when Benny finally falls to sleep later that night, he kind of has a dream. He's on a slight cliffside. They're almost pure white rock with green grass kind of ledging over the side. And you just kind of feel the presence of someone watching.
I just kind of look around for a second. I like to think that in the real world, I'm sprawled over, like, stomach first over the back of the couch. And I'm in that same position on a rock in here.
However you want to see
Why
it.
would you be asleep on the couch and not in a bed?
Because that's just where he fell asleep. He never actually went back to his room. I just kind of look around. I'm like, hi. Did I die again? Did I do better this time?
You hear
Oh my god.
you hear it's in your head, but you hear a no.
I'm just gonna assume that's to both then. Yay and dang it. Yay.
Again, you kind of hear in your head for the latter. I'm waiting.
Oh. Well, I mean, I
Nice.
don't really know what you'd be waiting for. Oh, I just got it.
If a god would sigh, it'd be the moment right now.
If he could see Rao right now, he's face palming.
Why we
Okay,
always get the idiots.
this is cool. I don't know how to do this. What do I do? I don't know how to receive divine insight.
I tried.
You don't really hear much after that. He's waiting to see what you're going to choose to do. And you kind of wake up like you're no longer over the back of the couch, like laying on the floor with your head down into the seat. You're now kind of like sideways on the couch with like one leg hanging over the side and your tail kind of lopped down, laying on the floor. Drool coming out of one side of your mouth.
Just the most awkward position imaginable. Like with the little bit of drool coming out, I kind of wipe that off. I did it. I don't know what I did.
He
But
threw you effing bone.
I just sit upright. Okay. Well, don't think the smiting path's gonna work. So
It might.
can't get these guys involved. I guess I'm gonna have to have a chat with Jules. Yeah, I guess this is what they call a divine challenge. I don't friggin' know. I'm just gonna sigh. I'm gonna stand up, start walking to the stairs. On my way, fall face first into the couch again because I am still exhausted and haven't actually slept.
Okay. So you're now face first on the couch with your head towards the steps, one leg dangling off the couch.
Yes, and that is where I will long rest and conclude my part in the section.
Lena will awaken early in the morning to find Benny sleeping awkwardly on the couch.
Meanwhile, Surf is sleeping very comfortably on the couch because he knows how.
He actually went and got like 2 or 3 pillows, kind of propped him into the corner, and like got a nice furry blanket and just rolled up, went to bed.
You guys believe in beds? As I walk out of the room, like, I need coffee. Wait, why am I down here? Guess I slept down here.
You wake up in the barracks. Hey, Paladin in training, get me coffee. No response. Dang it.
The first day Dante slept alone up at the barracks. Benny, go make coffee.
If you could ever see Surf like with this
Sleep
like
down at the tree. He's not here anymore.
general feeling of comfort, and then you guys got this slight feeling that Surf was somehow happier than usual, even though he still has that blank look on his face.
It's like you went into the character creator and adjusted the smile slider by 1 point.
Yeah.
That's fun.
But it's
Creeper,
one of
don't
those
smile.
it's one of those character creators where like the smile slider doesn't actually bring it to a full smile even when you put it at max.
Yeah.
You just
Ain't-
grimace less. You just
Ain't that? Things piss me off so much.
You guys are just like, huh. Can't quite put my finger on it, but
Is he smiling?
Surf smile?
Dante, do you smile? Good point.
But Draco would show up early in the morning. He seems a little more rested than he did the day before. As soon as he comes into the tree, he waves his hand, couple sparks of greenish blue electricity shoot out. The coffee pot floats up. It begins cooking tea and coffee, and some sausages begin
Yeah, I
cooking.
come down with a cup of coffee.
Books are rearranging themselves and organizing themselves, and things are putting themselves in the proper place. He's essentially doing what Waylon does at the tower, which is exponentially bigger, but on a smaller scale.
I mean, he kind of is his dad, so you know. Father like son. I never
Surf
knew
would-
my father.
Surf in the morning would be making a nice pot of herbal tea.
Ew.
Okay, so roll a nature check for me.
Oh God.
I gotta
throw a
hurt.
bunch of mushrooms in there.
And you start.
That was not meant to be with advantage. That's a
It's
20.
still 20.
All right, so you go out and you find some peppermint and a few other spices that you recognize, and you bring them in with some medicinal herbs, and you brew up a nice pot of herbal tea that has like a peppermint flavor to it. And you make sure that Vokro drinks at least a glass of it.
Yeah.
He's still kind of sick.
Man, what did he eat?
I would imagine that this would like fill the whole area with nice.
Oh yeah, it smells like peppermint and all kinds of. I mean, essentially, like it smells like coffee, peppermint, a slight tinge of dust from like books being shuffled around, but
And
not as bad as it.
sausage.
Not as bad as it would have been if TikTok and Tack hadn't came in and cleaned. It's just where the books are like coming out, and as they slide out, they kind of open. A little bit of dust falls out of the pages, and then they slide back into place.
Smells like home.
You also notice that the fireplace has not needed wood. It is an orange glow on here, but it's not actually an orange fire. It's that bluish green color that Waylon usually has burning in his fireplace.
Cool, because I did not feel like
It
chopping
puts off
wood.
heat, but it's not hot to touch. Like you can stick your hand in it.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try that. Put my hand in the fire, whatever. Ah!
I mean, if asked, Draco basically would just like stand in it.
Dang, Draco's lost his mind. He's standing in fire. The book shall be mine.
Toss to the god.
I'm gonna
Muffled through couch.
I think
I'm
Benny's
gonna-
waking up.
I'm gonna keep a cup of herbal tea for Benny. He's probably.
Damn, I want another
Is
pop,
Lena
but I don't
concerned
think
at all, or
there's
is
any
she just
left.
looking at him like,
Huh?
yeah, it's
I
normal?
don't think there's any pops left.
She's looking at him a little concerned.
That's not what he normally sounds like.
Benny? Okay.
Even Jehu's just kind of like,
What do you mean, even Jehu? Jehu is always like,
no, I mean, he's kind of chuckling a little bit, even though he's not looking.
I'm gonna poke Benny in the cheek.
no,
Step on him.
fine. Number 5.
Winner.
I
step
just
on
kind
him.
of start coming to. Eh. This is a better heaven anyway.
Does he think,
Not dead, stupid.
does he think he's dead?
I
Passed out, talked to a god, passed out, long story.
I do that a lot.
Yeah, I noticed.
Oh, not the passed out part, but talk to the god part.
Winter has basically laid where he's laid and stared at Benny all night.
Angrily.
You're wearing him down.
Considering something.
That dog hates. That
Hey.
wolf hates you.
Morning, Lena.
Good morning.
Benny, we have some herbal tea over here if you want some.
Yes, that's probably a good idea. Just gonna kind of go over there and get some tea. Take a sip, put it down. Ow.
Take a sip. That's hot as fuck. Put it down.
I mean, I just
It's
It's
really,
a really
hot,
good
and it
thing I
also
resist fire. It's
really hot, and it also tastes really strong with peppermint. Just saying, if he had rolled really poorly on his nature check, he would have got poison ivy. I mean, like really poorly, like a negative, like a crit 1 or
You can't get a
May-
negative.
maybe a 2.
okay. So
I think
I'm
that's
gonna tell you
peppermint.
guys something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, some of the guys I used to work with in Colby have come in town. They're staying over at the Krusty Cabin.
and
I'm gonna probably go and have a chat with some of them later. I'm kind of trying to keep you guys in Spring Coast as uninvolved as I can. They're not nice guys.
Okay. But not nice guys. What do you mean?
How familiar are you with organized crime?
Oh, so you're saying you were also not a nice guy?
Well, I mean, yeah, I figured that was kind of evident.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I know that makes you want to kill me, but you know that was already a known Jehu.
He wants to kill everyone.
Okay, so the long and short of it is, I'm pretty sure they're here to try and get at me. I kind of just don't really want to be seen associating with you guys for a little bit, just because I don't want you to become targets.
Well, what if they're
But-
here for other reasons?
Then I mean that's great.
I mean,
That might be the case. I just
do you know if they even know if you're alive?
I know Jules does, cause you know I kind of told him about it after I came back.
Oh, that's
I
not
don't
smart.
know what he told everyone else. I just kind of bolted after that.
So,
He didn't take it well.
what do you think they're gonna want to do here? Besides, probably, what, kill you?
Well, I mean, if we're lucky, they might just be trying to scout out for like a new trade route, or they might be trying to find some dirt on somebody, or they might just be looking for artifacts, or heck, they might just be on a stop trying to smuggle something. We have had pirates come through here after all. But yeah, just gut feeling is it probably has something to do with me.
I won't get in your way as long as I don't hurt the civilians. They do that, they're in my territory.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure they don't hurt anybody here. If they get away with just offing me, that's fine. I just don't want anything to happen to the town.
You sure you don't need any help with this?
I mean, I probably will. It's just, this is a case where subtlety is required. It's best not to try and march up to guys like this with a show of force,
No.
because, you know, traps.
So you finally talked to your god.
Yeah, he didn't really say much. I don't blame him.
They don't at first.
Yeah, he said he was kind of looking to see what I would do.
Sounds about right.
I mean, I don't know that much about all of it, but I know Rao's peaceful. He prefers diplomacy above fighting, so I'm just gonna kind of try that and hope it works out. But I think that's something for later.
I'm not necessarily looking to pick a fight. I don't see
Raise an eyebrow.
it right to
Eyebrow
fight a
goes off of
person.
head.
Demons are different. They're born evil. People are different. They're not born evil. Somebody taking a person's life is different. Unless they harm this town, and then I'm allowed.
Let's just hope it doesn't come to that. If there's a fight, there's gonna be collateral damage. I really don't want that.
Well, let's hope they don't want that either.
Hope so. Hope so.
Because, I mean, I fought demons. Men aren't exactly hard to kill. So, exactly, what did you do when you came back? You just told him you quit?
I mean, I tried to get him to join me. talked about all the stuff I saw down there. Realized, it's probably where we were headed. Said I was gonna try and find something else to do with my life. Invited him along. He didn't want to go, and he was kind of upset about it and asked me to stay, and I didn't. And
Now they're here.
Yeah.
Try to be peaceful with it at first. That's the least you can do. Then from there, we'll see.
Yeah. From there, we'll see.
And if that's all,
Yeah, there we go. I was finally able to end the scene.
There you
I
go.
was gonna say,
Thank
if
God.
that's all, we'll go ahead and end the session there.
Yeah, it's like 3.
We
Cool.
basically ran out of stuff I had prepared like an hour
We were
ago.
just making shit up.
So,
We kept improvising.
well, no, I mean it's good for the group to have a conversation every now and then. It builds character development.
It builds human emotions that Dante hasn't had in years.
I feel
that
useful in
Jehu
this
hasn't
campaign.
And Jehu hasn't had
Anything.
the most character development I think he's had in the entire series is when the guy in Avernus called him a cat.
Well, I mean, he respects
Well-
me a little.
Well,
Intonation in the English language is a very interesting thing. For example, my tone of voice has convinced you that there's a second half to this sentence.
but no. He's had a couple points where he's had a little bit of development. He
Can't
learned how he
really-
feels about elves, and
Can't
then
really develop when you're
how he
not,
feels about when people call him a cat.
when your player's not there.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping Danielle would be here tonight. I was interested to see if she would look into the time mirror.
Hmm.
Honestly, I'm surprised it was Lena that looked into it. I figured it was going to be Sir for Draco, but no.
Jehu looks into the mirror. He stares there for the full 30 minutes. Nothing happens.
He's now a full 30 years older in his mind.
Collapses to the floor and dies.
I don't actually know how old Jehu is. Danielle never actually sent me
I
a
know
message.
how old I am, humanly.
Draco looks into it and just dies.
Holy shit.
Out of everyone here, I'm pretty sure Draco's the youngest.
I'm sorry, I'm just going off of the idea of kobolds living for 11 days.
That episode, man.
That was great.
Oh, I was wrong about Sir Sage. He is 28.
Oh my god. Radla couldn't stop laughing in that episode. How old are you? 11.
But at least the beginning of next session won't have any fighting because it'll probably be Benny talking with probably Caspian or Bo. Those are the only two he really recognizes. And then the other one he didn't really get a look at. It was wearing a hood.
Don't hurt the people. Why? You piss off the Dante. What the Dante? Off the Dante.
Benny would know that they wouldn't just come into town and start trouble.
Yeah, that's not the way of things.
Yeah.
But they definitely have an agenda, and that's what's worrying. Just gonna leave it off on that little
Another thing is
cushion room I made.
You know that they've came by cart.
What's that feeling of death?
Because
Oh,
if they had
God.
came by boat, they wouldn't have a carriage.
Well, are we done?
Yeah, they
Because-
came by land.
So
Okay.
they're definitely not smuggling something, because if they were smuggling something, they would have had
Do I want to wrap this up?
a boat.
Oh, I guess.
I know. We haven't played in ever, but
Thank you all for watching.
Maybe one day we'll continue the main campaign.
Or maybe this will become the main campaign.
Maybe.
We're not
If-
sure yet.
If so, Dante may leave and somebody else may show up, but
We juggle between 2 campaigns. We
well,
still stream as many
really-
times.
This really isn't a campaign, really. This was just something we could do on the side while Landon was preparing the other campaign.
the thing that turned into the side developed into a
And
story.
He has kind of fallen off on being able to do that because of family and work. So
Yeah.
I guess I have a little more free time to work on this than he has on the main
And
one.
tomorrow I will be uploading the next episode of our main campaign to YouTube.
If the
Yep.
main
Insomnia
campaign isn't next
Broadcasting.
week, I'll try to have the next piece of the one shot ready by then. I should have Monday off, so I think I'll work on it then. I have a fairly good idea of what I need to do. Other than that, Anthony will not be joining us for a while. He has some trouble that he has to deal with right now. So he won't be in either. That's the reason Zest went off on his own for a while. But he will be back eventually.
You can check us out every Saturday. If we're not streaming, I will post on our Facebook page that we're not going to be streaming. You can check that out in the links. And also check out our Discord where we have RP chats of both campaigns. I think I said everything that needed to be said.
Yep.
Well, check out the YouTube channels and
Yep.
all that good stuff. Yep.
See you guys later.
In the description.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay awesome.
Bye.